Hello? This time for real? I totally didn't forget that I wasn't muted. Hold on. Hello? I'm over here. I shouldn't be over here, but I'm gonna have to be over here for a second. Can I You know, it's fine. I'll move myself later. Hello. Hi. Thank you for the head pet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'll be zoomed in for right now, really quickly. Hi. Hello. Hello, Ice Phoenix. How's it going? Thank you for following. Welcome in. Hello. Hello. Hi, Zeus. Whoa, I can't believe you're here for stream. Thanks. I appreciate you. Yeah. Okay, I just want to say hi quickly before I put us into my collabing area and Zeus can say hi and we can all be real. But I just want to say hi. Happy Thursday. I'm one of the players in Zeus's game. Oh, nice. Welcome. Ask me anything. So true. Yeah, hi everyone. Hope our Thursday's going well. We're gonna just hang out and chat, and it's gonna be fun. Okay, I'm gonna go into where I'm going so you guys can hear Zeus and we can talk and be real. Hold on. Where are we going? Here. Wah. Wah. Okay. Alright. Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Hello. Do you wanna... Do you like your Fugi?
He looks very funny in this chair.
Isn't he perfect?
This looks like bring your kid to work day.
It's really good. I think it's great. I think it's perfect.
Wait,
really
bring
funny.
me more caffeine.
It's like your arms are kind of on the armrests too, so it's kind of like perfect.
It works really well in this scene, terrifyingly.
That's why I told her, I was like, oh my god, it fits like so well. I was like so surprised. It was a good pick on this end.
Yippee!
Yippee! Hello, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi. Yes, I am. I can do the usual spiel I do.
You can do whatever you want. It's up to you.
Hi, my name is SparkofZeus. You can call me Zeus. You can call me Zuzu. I am Lord of Lightning, King of Chaos. Hi, I'm a absolute nonsensical gremlin.
Yippee! We've known each other for a little while now, yeah? It's been a while.
I'm literally scrolling back up through DMs to figure out when we started talking.
It's been a little bit. It's been like because we met, I think, obviously through Citricos, like when he like did that little like pummel party. No, sorry, what is it? Party animals stream?
Party animals, yes.
Yeah, party animals stream. And I think that's like when I kind of like we met vaguely then.
We started talking at the end of 2023. Oh
wow!
My goodness.
Oh my god! No way!
you ever look at a thing like the receipt on a text message going, "Oh god, I'm suddenly old."
I know. Oh my god! Wait, 2023. Okay, so it's been like it's been a good while now.
That's over 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. Wow, yippee, friendship! Wow.
Yippee! Wow, friends, socializing.
I love knowing people. I love becoming friends with people. It's so cool and so awesome. Yippee, yeah. This is the first time we're actually like collabing alone officially, because we did that one art stream a while back with Remy. I think probably like at least a year ago now. I think surely.
Was that like a bartending stream? I think.
Yeah, it was vaguely bartending. It was like because you know how to mix drinks, and me and Remy know how to do art. So it was like you were you were helping us put logic to the drinks that we were making.
That was a fun one. I do enjoy the chaos stuff of
that was
making
fun.
Drinks.
Yeah, because I think you did say like drinks were like the other like thing you could talk about, right? If I remember correctly, you were like bartending or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of bartending over my life.
Nice. I love that. Yeah, the drinks were fun. That was a fun time. I like that a lot. I still have mine saved. Aw, cute. Yeah. Oh, speaking of drinks and food, do you like the food I made for you?
I'm very sad that I don't have it with me in person, because like 3 of those would be gone already.
So true.
I am a fiend with coffee cake and red velvet. It is dangerous to leave around me, because you're gonna turn your back and be like, why is there a piece of the cake missing? It's not even gonna be cut. It's just gonna be like a hand fist grab.
No, that's fair. I actually am a big fan of red velvet myself. I do like coffee cake, but I'm not as I don't have access to it as often as I do red velvet. So I like it, but it's just like I'm not used to it, I guess.
I tend to have coffee cake when my dad makes it, and then we have strong disagreement on whether or not coffee cake needs to have nuts in it.
Oh, ew! Sorry, no. I don't like when people put nuts in cakes. Okay. I don't. It's not for me.
You and me are on the same team then. Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't know. I feel like a cake should be like smooth, except for like if you're putting like fruit in it, I suppose, and that's fine. But like
if it's on top, I'm okay with it, but like when it's internal, I have like a flashback of being a child of like, oh, I just lost a tooth. It's in my mouth now.
No. So fair. Coffee cake sounds so good right now. Oh my god, yeah. Also, thank you for being here for 25 streams. Right, thank you. Yippee. If I order something, can you make sure to make it right, please? Said to you, Zeus. Can you make your drinks right? Do you know how to make a good drink right?
I can. I do have a thing. If you show up to the bar and are like, oh, I want this strong, you're not getting free alcohol. Order a double. You're not getting it for free. I'm sorry. That's the one rule. That's the thing that always happens. We're like, oh, I want this. It doesn't taste strong enough. Can you like make it stronger? That's called ordering a double. You want twice the alcohol. We can't legally do that for free. Giving alcohol for free, at least in my state, is reason for most businesses to lose a license.
Oh wait, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's very dangerous to do.
Oh, interesting. I just figured that it's obviously like it's wasting money, which makes sense to me. Like, yeah, like it's not like it's when people like go to like a Starbucks or like a coffee shop and like, hey, can you have no ice? And assuming that they'll get like more drink, which I think is like kind of annoying because I'm like, it's just if you're that picky on your drinks, just go make it at home or something. I feel.
Would you like a thing that I've learned relating to ordering wine that ruined wine or drinking for me for the rest of my life?
Yeah, sure. I love wine. Sounds great.
So it's not like it won't like make you like regret drinking wine, but it'll make you look at menus very differently.
Oh, okay.
Almost, and it goes for most shots too. Obviously, it can vary, but the number one rule when as a restaurant with wine is you need to get your monies back as the restaurant on the first glass of wine.
Okay.
So figure whatever you pay for a glass of wine, that is what the bottle cost.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you go get a $14 glass of wine, that whole bottle cost the restaurant $14.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how they,
I kind of hate that.
Make money.
I kind of hate that.
It makes you go, wait a second, hang on. So if you ever want to get like a one-up smart thing, befriend a distributor. They will give you the price for the bottle what the restaurant pays, which is how I get my whiskey. I pay restaurant, so I'm getting like my whiskey for about 50% off what I should be buying it at a store.
Oh wow, wait, that's kind of cool, man. So, I think that's crazy.
Befriend them.
Oh, I kind of hate that. I mean, because I do order wine. Like, if I go out, to be fair, I normally will order a cocktail if I go out because I like to, if they have like specialty cocktails or if they have like seasonal cocktails or like whatever, I like to have like a fancy little fun drink from like a restaurant. Like, especially if I go for the first time to a restaurant, I like to know, like, I think it's fun. But on occasion, I will like get a wine, like a glass of wine, because I'm like, oh, you know, I like wine, and I will most likely drink any glass of wine if I get one. So I was like, yeah, now I can never buy wine again from a like I can't go to a restaurant and have wine, because that's crazy.
You'll be thinking about it forever now.
Wait, that's insane. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but like, I don't like that. I still don't like that.
It changes how you view restaurants.
Yeah, it does. I mean, they do gotta make money, but like, damn, hate that.
Yep.
Okay, well, anyways, are you drinking anything right now, like tea or something? Or are you just
at the
water?
moment I'm having a Gatorade.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those, I was like, I want something tasty, but I don't want to, none of my tea. I've had the box of tea I've had for probably, like, I don't know if tea expires, but it's at the point where I've had this box for so long, I'm like, I don't know if I should trust these tea leaves.
You know, that's fair. I think like loose leaf tea technically does expire, but if you get like the tea bags, I feel like they kind of last significantly longer.
I might try to do that later tonight before I go to bed, but the Gatorade was one of those. I was like looking through my fridge, like, what can I drink? And then I found like the blue Gatorade in the back corner. I'm like, oh, I was all excited.
Yeah, that's fair. I was asking because I was like, oh, maybe you're having tea, because I'm having a cup of tea as well. But
what tea are you having?
I'm having blueberry and elderberry tea.
Oh, that sounds actually really good.
It's good when you put like lemon and honey in it, which I feel like most herbal teas are like. If you have like lemon and some honey, it makes almost any tea better. I feel like I personally am a black tea person.
Really?
Or a red tea, which I believe is like a masala tea or like a chai tea, is a red and a black tea. So I have those type of teas most of the time. I rarely will have a white tea, like an oolong is not like a drink that I go for. And then herbal and fruit teas are kind of on my last drinks because I am like an English breakfast / like Earl Grey person for when it comes to teas. That's what I grew up on. I drank that every day since a kid, like since I was in kindergarten, since a child, I've had a cup of English breakfast every morning. So I do not deviate from that. Yeah, I do not deviate from that. I've been like that forever.
Huh.
Yeah, my mom, she'd make it like very, very weak, obviously, because you can't give a child like a lot of caffeine. So yeah, hello, my love.
Damn, that's crazy.
Why do you say that?
Because of what? Now you have me curious. What do you mean a young child? At what age is the child no longer young? Before I incriminate myself.
I started having tea when I was like basically, let's say like 5 or like 5 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I would say like when you're like 10. No, 10's still too young. I would say caffeine's okay when you're like 14, maybe.
Oh no.
I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't be having caffeine when you're younger. Personally.
I was having like Cokes at like age 9.
Oh, okay. I mean, like the soda's okay-ish. I never drank soda a lot as a kid because I don't like the fizziness of it, so I wasn't like a big soda person. I still am not a big soda person. I will have like a Pepsi once in a blue moon if I'm having like something that like requires it, I guess. Like if I'm having a food that feels like it should pair with Pepsi or something. But no, I didn't grow up drinking a lot of soda. My dad did, but not for me.
That's fair. It was a fond memory of like growing up as doing like sports and being like, I could have like a Gatorade or a water. And then I finished the sport, I'm like, Dr. Pepper.
So true. I've actually never had Dr. Pepper before, so I'm unfamiliar with the taste of it. No, I don't know what it tastes like. I don't know what Dr. Pepper is like.
When you say this, I don't know how to describe it.
Hi, Leah.
So valid.
That's okay. I've heard people say it's like vaguely cherry, like a sweet cherry flavor.
I can see that. It's like that with some kind of like cinnamon-esque vibes.
Mm. I do not know what Mr. Pepper tastes like, unfortunately. So I have.
Please, he got a doctorate. He earned that doctor.
Oh man. Okay. Because I was gonna talk about tea, then we can go talk about what I want to talk about, which is D&D. Your favorite. Yippee!
one of my great autisms.
Listen, it's probably one of the more fun ones to have because there's so much out there. So you can spend so many hours a day looking into it. So it's fair. Makes sense.
Oh my god. Well, I've talked about it to my players in the past. I have like a Google Drive just dedicated to my D&D.
Really?
Google Drive has a 15 gigabyte limit on one account unless you pay for it. I'm on my second account now.
Dude.
I've been doing this a while, Sky.
Oh my god.
I've been here a hot minute.
Dude, okay, actually, yeah, perfect question. How long have you been playing D&D? And I guess also DMing as well?
So, playing D&D, I probably started when I was 18, so that's probably 12 years ago is when I first probably played it.
Oh, okay.
I tried out, I think it was 3.5 at the time, 3.5. And I was like, this is interesting. I love fantasy. I love this kind of storytelling. I've always been the kid who's like imagining scenarios in my head, like with knights fighting dragons and the grand adventurers of the heroes. But I never really found a group of friends that were into it. A lot of my friends were more stereotypical jocks, and we'd go out and do sports and things like that.
Sports, you.
So I am a confusing man. I grew up and I was nationally ranked for a sport, and I've ended up being a giant nerd on the internet. So
what sport? Wait, I'm sorry. I know we're talking about D&D, but what sport?
I was nationally ranked in swimming.
Oh my god! Wait, that's crazy. Whoa.
I do butterfly was my specialty, and I was the only kid on the entire team who liked butterfly, so I was really good at it, like a crazy man.
Whoa.
but I think I started DMing. Would have been sophomore year of college, so I would have been 20. So which is the horrifying thing to say. I've now been DMing for a decade. I now get to use a unit of time beyond X years. I get to use a noun of decade.
Yeah, I mean, makes it easier.
It does, but it also makes it sound more grandiose for no good reason.
Oh yeah, fair. A decade does feel like, oh, so serious. You know so much.
I know nothing.
I don't think that's possible.
So yeah, it's been a while. I've been DMing for 10 years now, and it's never been one of those moments like I've had a bunch of people like, oh, you're not tired of it? Do you not want to be like a player again? I'm like,
yeah, I was gonna ask,
Every time my players are like, do you ever wish you were a player? I look at them and I'm like, you can look into my cold dead eyes. I will give up this DM screen when you pull it from my dead hands.
That's nice though. It's good you enjoy DMing, because I know a lot of DMs kind of actually don't. I mean, like they don't not like it, but they kind of do wish they could be a player more often as well.
I think it's a common thing where you get to a lot of DMs will see their players getting to be like silly and wild and creative and just very out of the box, and it's like, man, I wish I could do that. I wish I could go back to that spot. And for me, I'm like, I understand that, but also I can be just as silly and chaotic and nonsensical in the DM seat.
True, yeah, you get to play so many more characters because you're playing every single other character that's not a playable character. So
yeah, so I enjoy it. I do sympathize with the DMs who have been your group doesn't have a DM. They're kind of all volunteer to run this game, and someone will get the next one, and then like the second volunteer never shows up, so it's always that one person and they're always hoping that someone else will take their spot eventually. I sympathize with those people. I do understand that there's that longing of wanting to get back to the part you enjoy more. I just find something about being the DM the part I enjoy more. I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's good. I think that's like the best way to go about it, is that that you actually really enjoy being the DM. That's nice. Okay, so how many campaigns have you ran as a player then? Is it like 1, 2?
That I've been a player in?
Yes, yeah.
1, 2. Specifically D&D or just like any kind of tabletop?
We'll do any tabletop, yeah. Any tabletop is fine.
Probably 7 now.
Oh, okay, nice.
Some of them were very short. Some of them were like, 5 sessions. It's not quite a one shot, but like a short campaign. Some of them were longer.
Yeah.
But so I guess that's a fair amount over 10 years. That's like, a game a year.
Yeah.
Maybe,
yeah, it is.
Maybe a little longer, but
yeah. Do you have a favorite character you've played as?
Oh god.
Can I ask you to pick your favorite child?
Yeah, my favorite character I've ever played has to be a character in a game that we played for Dragon Age. Do you know what Dragon Age is?
I do, vaguely.
We made a Dragon Age D&D game, and I made a character named Tobias Malphite. And he was the most divorced dad energy you can possibly imagine. He was divorced single dad, like edgelord, like, oh, my daughter hates me. She does not want to be around me. All she wants to do is learn how I pickpocket and how I stab people between the 3rd and 4th ribs. Because he was a rogue and a ranger, and he would go and kill people. And his daughter was like, I'm not, like, you and I don't see eye to eye, but teach me how to do that. It's like, wait, hang on, this is not what I want for you in life.
Fun. Did you finish that campaign?
We got to a somewhat natural stopping point. There was some interest in players continuing on, but a lot of us, like, we were getting into college. Some of us were just getting out of college, so a lot of life was changing. So no one really had the ability to keep up with it.
That makes sense, yeah. How many characters have you made in total, do you think? Because we talked right before stream that you had like a little list of like characters you would just come up with. So like a vague number that you can think of.
Of playable characters? So like characters that I've had the idea of, I want to play this character in a game, not like I'm gonna make this an NPC.
Yeah.
Probably,
ones you would make playable ones, yeah.
Probably over 100.
Okay, goodness.
And
I was expecting like okay.
Some of the ideas are very like specific. I have one character in mind that I've wanted to play for a long time, and this is the one driving character that would ever make me give up the seat is if I had a friend who would DM for me, and would be okay with me working through the story that I have for this character. Being I wanted to make a Scourge Asimar, which is the angel in D&D that instead of having wings and stuff, they just start like emitting a holy aura that burns everything, including himself.
Oh, interesting.
And I wanted to make him have a thing where he was a soldier at war, and he comes home and his house is torched, his wife is dead. And
why does
the whole
the two characters you've told me about have both lost their wives in some way?
I've had a strong opinion for a long time. Good lives don't make good adventurers.
Oh, okay.
It's the thing of like fan fiction writers and authors being like, I want this character to be happy. Sparkle in a little trauma into that baby. Let's see what goes on. And like, I think that does do it because I love character growth, and one of the things that I love is, and I think it's the thing of like with any kind of player, like you tend to make characters of working through things that you yourself are trying to work through subconsciously. And I think over a long time, I've realized that a lot of characters I make are characters that are trying to come to peace with their own trauma and their own rage. So like, I like making characters that have grief and have trauma and have like this justified anger, but it's like, okay, well, how do you deal with that? How does this character deal with this? Because I've had characters that I've made that are like, they go through it. It's like the healthy. They go to therapy. They talk about their emotions.
Therapy in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, 100%. Dungeons and Dragons is therapy with like shiny rocks included. That's all I'm saying.
So true.
And so sometimes I like making characters that like resolve things healthily, and sometimes I'm like, you ever have those moments where you're in the shower, you've had an argument with someone today, and you have like the perfect comeback, but it's like, it's been like 5 hours.
Yeah.
No one's gonna hear this.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it is sometimes. I'm like, I want to make a character who is like, my character can be angry.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's fine for them to be mad and like punch somebody. Because I'm not going to do that in real life.
That's
I'm never going to do that in real life. But it's like, sometimes like, man, that dude's a jerk. I'm going to just punch him.
Yeah, it's cathartic to have that place to put whatever feelings you would be like not applicable in real life for you. But yeah, this character is a part of me, this one part of my brain or whatever that I can like, project that energy onto. And that's fair. When making characters, I should always have a little trauma. I guess. I don't know. I'm like someone who doesn't give my characters trauma. I don't know. I'm like that's like I like sometimes will. I mean, I'll like make complex characters just based on like their personality becoming like a bit strange, but like I won't ever really think about like an actual traumatic event for them because I'm like I don't want to make them sad. I like to be like they're like complex in their own way for whatever reason, but I don't want to make them sad.
Do you read fan fiction?
I do. I do a lot now, actually.
Do you ever read like the slow burn or like the hurt to comfort ones?
Actually not, no.
No?
I am very rarely will I pick up a fanfiction that is like hurt comfort type of thing. I kind of prefer, there's like very occasionally will I pick up one that's like, as long as everything is resolved at the end, I am maybe considering it. I do tend to go for things that are just happier. It's the same way that I don't watch sad anime because I'm already pretty sad in real life that I don't want to cry. Like the media is like it's an escapism, right? So like why would I go and escape my life that makes me sad to go read something that's sadder? Like they don't need to do that, So I try to avoid sad content.
That's fair. I think I've always enjoyed watching characters in any kind of media overcome. It's not the be sad part. I'm not like, oh yes, cry for me. No, I like watching. I think my favorite thing has always been characters and people overcoming adversity.
Oh,
like in any sense, real life and fiction or anything. And so I sometimes like when I make my own character, I won't write out everything, but I'll talk to a DM and be like, look, I want this character to have problems. I want them to suffer and go through some things because I want, at the end of the day, I want them to be a hero, not necessarily like of the world or of the realm or of like the city. I want them to be a hero to themselves of like, I've overcome something.
Yeah,
and so for me, I like giving characters difficulty like that, where it's like, they'll get bigger because character development in like every sense of the words is really cool to see because everyone does it differently.
That's true. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Major traumatic
like
event.
I get philosophical.
No, it's good though. I was gonna ask you a question, but I'm gonna read what people are saying for quickly before I ask you the question because it leads into what you were talking about. Major traumatic event unlocked your character now works in retail. So true. Yeah.
Oh god, the horrors! The horrors!
Being emotionally distraught in the middle makes the highs at the end feel better. That is true. That is very true. It definitely feels more well-rounded to have like more like events happen and like more things that like work into your character one way or the other in terms of like their way that they react to a situation or how they overcome a situation. So I understand. But yes, I do need joy and whimsy in my life, Solar. I do. I don't like being sad. And so I don't really personally, I think there are times with like some of my characters that I have given them like a couple of things that happen to them. But I think more about like the results of what has happened, and I don't think about the actual thing that happens. So like in my brain, I kind of like don't give them a specific event or something that happened to them, but I think about like what like their personality is like this because of something else that happened before or whatever. I just don't like think of the actual sad thing. I'm like, I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna give them sad features, but we're not gonna we're not talking about it.
My character's sad. Why? They have depression.
This is sad. They're just sad. They're sad, okay? Okay. Because you talked about just now, I'm curious. Do you think, as a DM, do you prefer like the social parts of D&D or the combat part of D&D?
When I was starting out, like very long ago, in the olden times, like 10 years ago is a fairly long time. It's a third of my life.
It is. Yeah, that's fair.
I enjoyed combat a lot more because at that time I loved making monsters. I loved making things that would make my players be like, "What the heck is that? What are you talking about? That's horrifying." Because like in my mind, I had a bit of a background in creative writing, and I loved doing things to make like putting images in players' heads.
Yeah.
But as I've gone on, I very much have done a 180, and like the roleplay stuff is some of my favorite moments in my games right now. I've had players do things that have me like, I don't have to do it very often. Some of my players have stopped by in this chat and they can attest to this. I've had to take like 5 to 10 minute breaks to process the stuff I've seen my players do because they do it in such a way that I'm like, this is incredible, and also what the heck did you just do? So these days roleplay is my favorite thing because everyone's different. It's like an improv group and it's very fun to see what happens.
Yeah, that is, I think, a lot of what D&D is fun for you, is it is basically improv, but in a much more like comfortable and casual environment where you're not as worried about like ruining the improv because it's fine whatever you do. Yeah. Speaking of, because you just mentioned it was going to be a question I was going to ask you, do you have a moment that you were DMing and you thought your players like did something that was like very like fully caught you off guard?
I mean, I can point at my player discussing it in chat at Ice Phoenix. So I have in my, you'll have to bonk me if I start yapping too much about my world. No, go
for it. Go yap. It's fine.
In my world, I have like there's 2 levels of gods. There's the gods, and then there's the old gods, the eldritch beings from before times. And most of them are dead or in the process of dying because gods are weird. They don't fully die like humans do, and blah 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 blah. And so one of my players is kind of poking around, not knowingly, inside the corpse of an old god, kind of poking at bits and bobs and things because they're not flesh, so they're kind of weird and you don't know always that you're in them. And he's poking things, and I have the thing where I think a lot of DMs have taken it as well from a lot of different online like podcasts of D&D and stuff of like the DM goes, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And it's usually a sign of something's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. And I asked my player 3 times, and he kept poking and poking and poking. I was like, "Sure, this is fine." And I tell him, "Okay, go ahead and make a religion check," because he doesn't realize his character is from like has been resurrected from the old age. So the old gods were his normal gods at the time. So he does a religion check, gets a natural 20, and it's like, okay, well, the old god is starting to come back to life now.
Oh no.
So in that moment, I took what is at the time was probably 5 to 10 pages of notes for the future of the game and just pushed them off my desk. Cool. This is the new world we're in. My entire campaign changed in one moment.
Oh my god. How do you deal with that as a DM? Because as a player, I don't ever have to think about like, you know, world altering things. What do you do in that situation? How do you navigate that?
In the moment, it's take a 5 to 10 minute break, collect my thoughts, and think, okay, based off this, how does the world respond? Because I have a background in theater, and a lot of it is improv. So it's I very much subscribe to the yes and belief of improv. Like, okay, the player does this, what can I build on top of this? So it's like, okay, well, the world is changing. We've woken up an old god. What can we do with this? What can we do with this? Well, I know where that old god is. I know what stuff was happening in the backstory with that old god. What would happen if I woke up from a nap that I didn't intend to, like, I get home from work, I take a nap, suddenly I wake up and it's been 20 hours. It's like, oh gosh, what happened? I imagine I'm gonna be a bit panicked. So I'm like, okay, how does the god respond to waking up from a 20-year nap? Except, you know, the nap's 3,000 years.
Yeah.
So naturally just stuff starts happening. The god starts going off and be like, I had things I was doing. I had a goal. What happened? So it's doing stuff without much regard to most of what's happening in the world. And the player's like, uh-oh, we messed up.
Do you think that like there's ever been a moment where you actually had to like sleep on it to figure out what to do? Like, have you ever ended a session early and be like, okay, I think I need to reevaluate things for a bit?
It happened more so in the past. I've gotten better at kind of flying by the seat of my pants. There are moments where I've considered ending early, where I'm like, okay, I need time to think, I need time to reflect. They've done some things, they've surprised me, but it's getting to the point, especially because I've known this group of players for a while now, of, okay, I know how they're going to respond to certain things. I know what kind of stuff they're looking for, like, to get out of a game. I know how to pivot this in a way that, like, I can squeeze out of like another 30 minutes out of this, and then I can go sleep.
Do you keep in mind what your players like when you do games? Like when you run?
Yes. I tend to, I've done it more over the years. I tend to do a session 0 where I go through my players and I ask, what kind of character do they want to play? What kind of world do they like? What kind of, do they prefer combat, roleplay, exploring? The other thing I do is I also always go through my players and get a list of things they don't want to deal with. So like, the best way to put it is I go through and get their trigger list of like, they don't like these topics will make them uncomfortable and they don't want to be involved. And I will very meticulously avoid all of those topics. Because
that's good.
I've been on the end of things where there are things that make me uncomfortable, and as a player, and I played and those things came up, and it's like it immediately takes you out of the moment.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I can't focus on the escapism because this one thing has brought me back to real life.
How long have you been playing with it? Has it been the same group with you like for like how many years?
We're on year 4.
Oh wow, that's nice.
This is wait, no, are we? No, we completed year 4. I think we're in year 5. Maybe.
Wow, that's nice though.
Yeah, and I am what a lot of DMs will call insane. I take my players 1 to 20. They go the whole way.
Oh wow! So this has been one campaign for 4 years, 5 years.
Yep.
Wow, that's nice though. I kind of missed that. Have you ever completed a campaign?
My first one, and my first one broke right before the final boss.
Oh, that's so sad. Aw.
And I would feel more sad about it if it wasn't due to a breakup.
Oh, wait, actually, great question. What do you think about dating in a D&D group?
As someone who's done it, I can't like argue against it. The thing is, if it's player to player, it's one thing. You know, that's fine. Their characters can romance. Their characters might not romance. It's fine as long as, you know, everyone's comfy.
Yeah.
If it's like in my case where it's player dating DM, you gotta be careful. You don't like, you know, you upset your partner. You go home. There's gonna be an argument. But like, it's also the thing of being honest. Of like, look, we're dating. I'm not gonna give your character special treatment. You're not gonna get extra items, extra powers, blah blah blah. You know, you're still a player just like everybody else. In this world, it's, you know, I'm gonna be fair. So like, if you guys can be mature with it and like have an honest conversation, player to player or player to DM, go for it. Like, there's no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
As long as everyone is comfortable. I've not had it. No, I've actually, in my first campaign, I had what are now 2 married couples. They've gotten married since the campaign.
Aww, that's
so they
cute.
were flirting. One of the couples was flirting heavily. The other couple went, we are not attracted to each other in game. So I had 2 ends of the story. And it was very funny to watch because they're like, no,
that's so silly. That's fun though. That's really cute. Yeah, I think that. Do you like to have romance in a campaign? Like with players, the actual characters?
I think so. I think it's fun. It's a not to put like it in like it's a cute little thing. Oh, it's so cute. Like, it's a good story beat in 9 times out of 10. Like, if it's a couple that it's together in real life, then it's just another way to flirt with each other. But if it's like 2 people who are like friends and they make their characters fall in love, it's like, it's a really interesting moment of like storytelling and role play of like, typically you're in these life and death situations and you're finding these small moments where you're like, oh, the way they're like, taking the moment to check on me in this middle of this fight. Ah, it's so kind, and stuff like that, where it's like it's it builds sweet moments, and I'm like, I like it. It's fun, and I've done it before where I've romanced other players in the games I've played, and I've definitely romanced like NPCs where I'm like, because I've had times where my DM puts like art of a character, and I'm like, I cannot express how attracted I am to this art right now. This is a problem.
So fair. Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes you just have to. You can't avoid it. Do you think that, like, if there is a breakup, because you said that the reason your campaign ended before was a breakup, do you think that it's worth it to continue playing a campaign if there's a breakup, or do you think that it just has to die?
I think it depends on the nature. I think that depends more on the nature of the breakup than on the nature of the game. If it's if it's the 2 parties going, this just this isn't working, then I think you can still go in the game. If it's a nasty breakup, probably don't continue the game.
Can I tell you, I've tried to play a game after a breakup?
Oh no! Can
I tell you, it did not go well?
Oh, Sky, no!
It did not go well at all. We tried 1 session after it happened, and we never played it again. We never played it again because did not work.
Oh no!
The nature of the breakup was probably why, more than anything else, but it was not a good time. It was not a good time. But also, to be fair, in my opinion, that campaign had to end because have you ever had like a player join a session, or sorry, like a player join a campaign they've never played before with you and like your group, and they kind of spend the entire time not knowing what they're doing and then not being interested in learning what they're doing either. So they just kind of end up stalling every combat and every like situation. It ends up being like significantly longer because they're not putting the effort in to learn things.
I've had players like that, yes.
Yeah,
I've had players like that be both as a DM and as a fellow player. I've experienced it on both sides. It's
not fun, in my opinion, when someone's like, because he wanted to be there solely to be with friends, which I fully understand, but it makes playing D&D a lot harder, in my opinion, when like someone's not putting the effort in to play the game and just is there to hang out. So,
it's like a friend showing up, being like, "Oh, we're gonna watch a movie," and then the friend wants to talk the whole movie. It's like, I mean, I'm happy to talk to you, but like that is not the point of this specific hangout.
Yeah.
So I feel that. I 100% understand that.
Yeah. It's tough. He's a great person, just not the person to play D&D with, because it's just like, we're playing a game, we're role playing, we're in a space. You gotta think about things like how your character functions and like what their combat is, So it gets a little frustrating, in my opinion. On that topic, do you like to drink when you play D&D? Do you allow your players to drink when you play D&D?
So the fun thing with my current group is that we have people all over the world, so time zones are funny. So when I start playing, it's 9 in.the morning for me.
Oh,
so
goodness!
I don't think I could do like the Irish coffee, but
early morning.
Nowadays I don't. When I do the very rare in-person game, we had one in-person game in one of my campaigns like back in November, which was very fun. And then my old campaign, when it was like after college courses at night, Those times I would, and I have no problem with my players doing it as long as they are. My general rule of thumb is as long as you are still attentive and excited to be here, all for it. If you become drunk to the point where you don't know where you are, maybe we should stop.
Can I let you know a little secret that has happened? So my DM, so we used to also play in person. I met my D&D group when I was in university, and we played in person for like, because we had COVID happen, so we played in person D&D all the time because no one was going anywhere else. We're like, well, we're all here, we're all hanging out, might as well. So yeah, in the beginning we used to drink, like DM used to drink and everyone else used to drink. It's kind of my fault, not fully my fault, partly my fault that there's 2 rules in my friend group. If we do in-person D&D, if you're dating someone, you cannot sit next to them, and if you can't drink that much, and it's partly my fault. Sometimes you're not allowed to sit next to your partner if you're playing D&D together, and you gotta be careful if you're drinking too much.
Those are valid rules, to be fair.
My DM, like now, because we're online, we occasionally will drink. He will probably have a beer or something, and then once in a while, like our friend will have something. But I think most of us have kind of determined to not drink because it's easier for us. Because also we now play, which is gonna ask me my next question for you. We now play two campaigns at the same time. We play a round of normal D&D like 5e, and then we play Daggerheart in the evening. So we do a full day of D&D once a month. Now, question: what TTRPGs do you play?
So I have played I've played 3.5e. I've played 5e. I've looked at the rules for D&D 2024. Still on the fence about those rules because I've been running my game now since before those were even a thing. So I'm like, I can't change it in the middle of the game. Yeah. I've played Daggerheart. I said Pathfinder, right?
I don't think you did, but you have?
I have played Pathfinder. I've played, and currently I'm playing Call of Cthulhu, which is a vastly different thing for me.
Interesting. I've never heard of that one before.
It's very much Eldritch Horror, and like most of the time, your characters don't make it out alive.
Oh, just death for sure.
I mean, it's you're a normal human, like everyday salaryman, and suddenly, there's Cthulhu, the great Eldritch god.
Oh, lovely.
Like, well, I've lost my mind. I've gone insane. I'm going to start barking like a dog and chasing my own tail. This is great.
Yeah, for sure. Do you like any of like one over the other if you had to rank your games in terms of like what you like either as a DM or as a player enjoy the most?
I have friends who are very much like they don't like D&D, but my personal thing is D&D will still and probably forever be my number one. There's a nostalgia factor of it being one of the first ones I ever did, but also I've studied it now enough to where I can do like 90%, maybe 95% of anything I could ever want out of an RPG in D&D. And
impressive.
I'm like, it sounds like a brag, but it's mostly because
no, it's impressive. It's not bragging. I think that's cool. It's very impressive.
I understand the foundational building blocks of D&D to the point where I'm like, I know how to make monsters, I know how to make items, I know how to make spells.
So we'd be homebrewing a lot then is what we're hearing.
So remember how I said I've DM'd for 10 years?
Yeah.
None of that has been pre-written. That is all
Oh, you've only homebrewed forever?
I have never run a pre-written game.
Oh, is it just out of like lack of desire for it, or that like you just prefer it to like what is the just cuz?
I had an idea of a world and I was like, I can't get anything close to this. I'm gonna just start making parts of it. And I started off making, a list of gods. I thought, cool. It's like, okay, this is neat. I started then like in the middle of a college course that I should have been paying more attention to, drew a map of the world. I started thinking about the kingdoms, the interactions between them. How does like the highway work? How does like travel work? All these things. And it just kept building from there. Like being ADHD is a great thing for like creativity, but it also means you get very distracted in college courses. And it's like, I should definitely be paying more attention to this calculus class that I'm failing. But also like magic swords are cool, guys. Like, I don't know if you guys have thought about Excalibur today, but like, dang, that's a cool sword.
That's impressive. Do you think it's easier or hard? Okay, well, I guess it's kind of depending. Do you think it's easier or harder to do homebrew compared to like looking at a pre-written thing?
I think they're both challenging. I'm not gonna say they're both easy because
Yeah.
they're both hard.
Yeah.
I find homebrew easier because I understand my own thoughts.
That's what I would
know how
imagine,
I
yeah.
think about my world, and I know how to do this. And when I read a pre-written thing, I don't necessarily understand the nuance. I'm not like, I'd have to like, okay, how does this character know like these characters? And I'd have to like flip through the book repeatedly to figure it out. But there's other people that I know who very much prefer running pre-written because it is a lot more like constrained. It's a lot more, here is all you need to know. You don't need to think about much outside of this.
Yeah.
Which helps you because then you can get, like, you can really build up the nitty gritty of what you have. And then you think about, oh, well, I need to build the entire world. It's like, oh my gosh, that's so daunting. What the heck? How do you think about that much?
Yeah, I was gonna say, that seems like it's a lot of effort to do everything like that. It feels like it'd be crazy in your head.
I mean, this is why I've talked about it. I have 2 Google Drives, one of which is like pretty much filled, and the other one is slowly filling up with D&D stuff. My notes page alone for this current campaign, one of the current campaigns I'm running, is 60 pages. That is one document in like the entire drive, and that's just the like, here's what happened. Not even
God,
like the details I keep. This is just, what did my players do today?
That's crazy. That's so much.
I've handed off my Google Drive to a friend before, be like, just look at this and tell me if I'm insane. And they got through like a third of it and went, you're crazy. Like, just absolutely insane. I don't know how you do this.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's very cool though. Like, it's insane in a good way. I don't know if I could ever, like, as someone who has only ever played D&D and has only like looked a little bit into like DMing ever so slightly, because I think it'd be kind of fun, but I've never actually like put the effort behind it. The idea of having to come up with everything, because like it's also like, even as like having a pre-written campaign, there are parts where like a DM has to definitely improvise things, because like maybe a player asks a question that isn't actually even like specified in, you know, whatever you're looking at. So I can't imagine doing that for everything. It'd be so much.
I do currently, I have an advantage because the 2 games that I run at the moment are both in the world I built 10 years ago.
Okay.
So this is every campaign that I've run has been in the same world.
That's good.
And I just kept building on it. So
That's
when I
nice.
first started, I had like a town in the surrounding countryside. And that, like, I had a map of the world, but I didn't flesh out like, what is in this city? What's here? What's there? What's going on? And like every session from moving on from that first one was building of, okay, here's what's a little further outside. Here's what's a little further beyond your reach. Here's what your eyes can see into the distance. Here's what lies beyond the horizon. Here's what lies beyond the continent. Here's what lies beyond the realm. And it kept building from there. So I definitely am crazy for the amount of stuff I have, but it's also, you know, 10 years of work. I think if any creative person showed 10 years worth of the stuff they've done, it would look insane to anybody. Like, if you took every drawing you've done for 10 years and put them all in one Google Drive.
A lot.
Like,
a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of work and dedication and love that you put into it. And like, I love my world.
That's good, yeah.
It's one of my pride and joys, and it's very amusing to me to think about the fact that it's gonna end.
Are you guys close to a campaign? Like ending your campaign, or?
The one that's been going for 4 years is supposedly, given my players are crazy and they can do things, that I could be like, yep, this continues the game. But it's gonna probably end this year. We're getting close to the final moments of the world.
How do you feel about
reality
ending a campaign?
It's emotional in like a weird way. It's very exciting because like for like 2 or 3 of my players, this is their first RPG they've ever touched.
Oh wow! Wait, that's crazy.
Played a game. And I was like, I just put it out of like, hey, I'm gonna run a D&D game. Who's interested? And like a few of them joined, and they'd never touched an RPG. They don't know how to roleplay. They don't know any of the mechanics. And now like 2 of them are like some of the best role players in my entire group.
Aww,
like they will
so
get into character and do crazy things, and they make me so proud.
Aw, yippee!
The best way it feels like a parent watching your kids graduate from college. It's like, I'm teary-eyed, I'm excited, I'm like ecstatic. I'm also very happy they're no longer gonna come home and ask me to help them with their homework. Yeah,
true.
But it's fun.
Do you think that like the commitment part behind D&D is kind of hard sometimes with like getting a group to be like consistent about something.
It's never easy. Life happens. Like stuff goes on. I'm very blessed that we've been a consistent group for 4 years. We've changed the days, we've changed the times, but we've pretty much consistently for 4.5, 5 years have been every 2 weeks we play a game.
Every 2 weeks, wow. That is impressive, actually.
I used to do it every week, and then like after like half a year, I was like, this is too much. I need to like my days back.
Yeah, we my group used to do every other week, and then we switched to once a month now because of doing both Daggerheart and D&D at the same time. It's like we just chalk up one entire day for like it's like a 3 hour session or whatever long session. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Have you ever had any like character deaths in your campaigns? Like player deaths? Or do you avoid any character deaths for your general campaigns?
No, I don't avoid character death. I've had in my first campaign I had character deaths. 2 of my characters they were players who were also like they were starting to run out of time to play it.
Oh.
And they were also like so they had a moment of like they wanted to go out in like a heroic like Pyrrhic victory.
Sure, you said a word that I know of.
It's pretty much it's the I'm gonna win but at my own cost.
Okay,
so, like,
okay.
They were martyr might be a better word. They died, but they like their characters saved like a number of other things that were going on. So that happened, and it was a very touching moment. It's very surprising to me that none of my players in either of my current games have died. There have been moments of like I am trying desperately.
Have you had a party wipe before in any like combat?
No, I don't think I've party wiped anybody. My players, especially after this many years, a lot of them know my tricks. A lot of them know kind of what to expect from combat and some of my like creative moves. So they're pretty good. I have made a number of players do death saves, and over the years I've become a bit of a cruel DM, some might say. I now have a rule at my table where if a player's doing death saves, it's not public.
Oh, I've heard people do that before.
Yep, you roll privately to me, you tell me your results, I don't reveal to the table because it adds such a sense of dread of looking at your down companion going, they could have got a success, they might have just natural one and only have 1 roll left, you have no idea how they're doing. And it added such a, when we added that rule, it added such a sense of like intensity to combat that a bunch of my players, and I think it might have helped them stop going down because they're like, we don't know how they're doing, we gotta take care of them.
Yeah. I know like some people take it a step further where the DM fully rolls every death save. Like they don't even get to know themselves if they're doing it or not. So I know that one is is even tougher to deal with.
I've seen that, but also on the one hand, I don't like very much like I don't want to upset my friends. I don't want to be responsible if I roll a 1.
That's fair. That's true.
Also, I've also thought about adding it to my thing where if the character fails all 3 saves, they have like a final moment of like their life flashing before their eyes, and it's like I would need my player to roll the dice so they can narrate what they see in their final moments.
Oh wow, that's so sad actually. That's so sad. What's wrong with you?
A great number of things, and this is before we even get to my resurrection rules.
What are your resurrection? Actually, great, because I was going to ask you, do you have any like house rules that you implement in your games?
I have a number of house rules I have.
Tell me them.
A lot of them I took from Matthew Mercer from Critical Role, who, as many a DM goes, oh, he's my idol, he's my hero. A lot of people will talk about Matthew Mercer and be like, sign my Dungeon Master book. I got to meet him in person, and he signed my monster manual.
Oh wow! He's a nice guy.
He's very friendly, and he signed it, "Poor unfortunate souls." Roll for initiative.
Oh, that's so cute. Aw.
I've stolen a number of his homebrew rules, including his homebrew rule of the Fading Spirit, which is every time you resurrect a character, the soul gets a little harder to call back.
Oh.
So there's some skill checks that you do to bring the spirit back, and if you had to bring the same spirit back multiple times, it starts getting harder to call them home.
Oh.
So if your character dies multiple times and keeps getting resurrected, eventually the spirit is too tired and won't come back.
That's fair. That's like a very fair one, because if you keep on dying, man, I think at that point they gotta learn.
Yeah, the other homebrew rule is potions are a bonus action to drink for yourself, but it is an action to feed to somebody else. Mostly because a thing that a lot of DMs and players just forget about is that the Dungeon Master Guide describes a health potion as being 1 ounce, which is a shot. And I promise you I can take a shot in less than 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I promise.
I don't doubt you on that one at all.
What other homebrew do I have? Players can cast a spell as a main action and a bonus action as long as one of the spells is 2nd level or lower.
Oh,
just to make combat faster. My players are like, that seems really strong. That's gonna make me busted as a wizard. And my counter argument is, yeah, but my villains get to do it too. And you're gonna hate it when I hit you with a bunch of spells at once.
Yeah, that's fair. It does. It's like both of them get the benefit. So.
Yep. And that's my thing. I'll ask my players about homebrew things of like, hey, what do you think of this? Because if they say yes, I remind them if we allow it for the players, my NPCs get it too. So
yeah, I think that's fair.
It fairly imbalanced.
Yeah. Is there like a rule that you really like about it, whether it's like homebrew or a general rule in D&D that you really like that like is fun for you to have as a concept?
Trying to think. I've toyed around with the rule. I still don't know how I feel about it because it's a fun one, but can be really strong when you're like me and run games at high levels. Of players get attunement slots equal to proficiency bonus.
Oh.
So at the start of the game, you only have 2, which is lower than average. But at the end of the game, you have 6, which is very strong because most of the time you only ever get 3 attuned magic items.
Yeah.
And I've toyed around with it. I've had it on the one end be very, achievable and good and fair. And on the other end, I've seen it be incredibly strong. And I'm like,
So I don't know if it's like a normal thing or not, but my DM has this thing for like our character roles for like your stats where you have to equal higher than 71 but lower than 75. You add all your stats up because when we first played D&D, I rolled a terrible character. I was, I believe, a warlock, and it was my first ever game, so I didn't know what I was doing, and I believe I gave him like I had overall bad stats, but like on top of that, his spellcasting stat was the worst one because I didn't know what I was doing, and so he could just never cast it. Like spells failed all the time. He couldn't do anything, and then we had another person in the same campaign, that same group, where he's like his rolls were way too good. Like he had great rolls, like great numbers for each stat, and he was like way too overpowered. So from that point on, we had to like have it equal and like less than amount around the 70s because it's like I couldn't play. I just fundamentally could not play with my character, and I felt so bad because I didn't know because we had like he'd never encountered that before. So do you do like anything for stats, or is it just like, whatever you get, you just get that and you deal with it?
It's been a while since I've had players do stats.
Yeah, I mean, it's been at least 4 years, so...
I think I tend to give my players the 3 choices. They can either do point buy, they can do standard point array, or they can roll. And my rules for rolling are you roll 4d6, keep 3 per stat.
Okay.
I personally, there's like tiers of what people call fantasy of like high fantasy, mid fantasy, low fantasy. There's not a proper term for it, but I tend to run what I'm dubbing like high fantasy.
Oh, okay.
Because like I like when my players are strong. I like when everything in the world feels incredible and fantastical. And when my players have like giga stats, it's like, this is great. They feel like adventuring heroes. And it's fun, and I'm just like, I mean, I can always, as a DM, I can balance things out. I can make checks harder. I can make monsters tougher. I can, make people more distrusting. Like, there's ways to counter it as the DM, but I'm happy if my players roll good characters. If my player rolls a character that is really bad, then this is like my thing of really bad is if the character has no plus above a 2, it's like, okay, we're gonna take another look at this. then I'll talk to them. The other thing I do is hit points. I have a special, that's the other homebrew rule I do. What I always tell my players is you have 2 options for hit points. You can either take the average, and I jokingly tell them if you're lame. Or you can roll for your hit points. And the rule for rolling with your hit points is you can roll. If you roll a 1, you can re-roll it. If you roll a 1 the second time, I'm sorry, you're dicey.
Yeah, I've heard that one. That's I think that's similar with my friends as well. I've done that before, where you can re-roll a 1 one time, but that's it. That's you can't do it again. You get what you get.
Yeah.
Just have 3.5 Pathfinder where you can have a magic item in 14 different slots. You know,
Pathfinder 3.5 have so much magic.
I think that would probably have helped him. My poor boy, my poor character. He couldn't do anything, had nothing to his name. I felt so sad.
Just Amulet of Health, Gauntlets of Ogre Power, Helm of Intellect. There, you've got 3 stats that are almost 20. Perfect.
You know
Solution
things.
found.
So true.
I know a lot of things.
You know many things. It's very impressive. I do kind of wish... Would you have any advice for someone who wants to DM? Because, like, I obviously don't think that I'd be incredible at DMing, but just ever if I, you know, want to dip my toes into it for fun at some point in my life in many, many years from now, if I ever want to figure it out, what are, like, do you have any tips for, like, getting into DMing specifically?
I have a number of tips, and it all depends on if a DM wants to run a pre-written module, if they want homebrew.
All right, let's say pre-written, because I don't think I could do a homebrew. At least not for the first time I learned how to DM.
I think the first thing is for DMing in general for me that I advise is, and this it comes from a theater thing. Go stand in front of your mirror and just make silly faces for a while and do silly voices while you do it. I promise it'll cure so much embarrassment out of you. It'll cure so much shyness. You'll get over that real quick, which will help a lot because DMing's awkward, man. I have to describe the color of a carpet in a bar. I have to tell you what the barkeep is wearing. You asked me if he has like a big butt. Yeah, I gotta figure that out. Trust me. So like, you're gonna get asked weird questions. Don't be embarrassed. So like,
do you do voices?
I do a lot of voices. I have a number of them.
Oh, I can't. That would make me too embarrassed.
Hang on, back in my day, I had a minor voice. I was an old man in the 1940s. I had a voice to do like, oh my, I'm a southern lady from the good old state of Louisiana. And like,
I didn't know Louisiana existed in your fantasy realm.
It doesn't, but like, I was like, let's sing that this voice. I've got stuff like, when I was very young, I found out I could do Gollum and Smeagol voices from Lord of the Rings, so that has impacted a lot of. I have my little gremlin voice. He likes to go around and pick the shiny objects.
That's really good.
I learned over the years to turn that into, hi, I'm Stitch. So, and I have
Stitch ever come out in D&D? Do you ever?
He does show up. He tends to be my voice of like the small characters of like the goblins, the kobolds, the small s creatures, maybe the fairies. And then I have like, you know, I have the sophisticated gentleman voices and the monster voices.
Ooh.
So I just do, and this is where it comes in. Make silly voices in front of your mirror. Make silly faces. Like, I promise you, no, I feel it very much with I've seen artists post it of like the, man, this cake is bad. It's not as good as that person's cake. And the person who's eating it's like, oh man, 2 cakes. And like, I feel that with like DMing of like, you're going to sit there and be like, man, my voice acting isn't good. My expressions aren't good. Your players are going to eat that up. They're going to go, they're going to go home and talk to their friends and be like, did you hear the voice that they did? Oh my God, that was so cool. Like, they're not going to care that it's not like a professional level. For them,
I guess that's
beyond
true,
what they
yeah.
expect.
Yeah.
So like,
do you ever do accents?
That's the first thing.
Do you try?
I've done, oh gosh, I'm trying to think which ones I could do. I've got the Dwarvish accent. This one was always a weird one because it always slips into a weird voice at the end. I have like a Boston accent for a sentient squirrel in my game, and it is one of my favorite voices to do. Hey, it's Stefan the squirrel. What do you want? I'm busy here. I'm learning magic. Fuck off. And he's always like just a mean man. And then like one of my favorite voices is just for one of my favorite NPCs. His name is Jarvo. He is a tabaxi, which is the cat people.
Yeah.
And he's like a He's like one of the Siberian cats where he's just large, gray, and has like thick mutton chop like spikes off to the side of the face. And Jarvo always talks like this. Jarvo never refers to self in first person. Jarvo always refers to self as Jarvo. And he's very friendly. He is bartender. He always tells friends stories and gives free drinks.
I love him!
He's very fun, and he's like that soft old man where like everyone just wants to hug him because he's very kind and gives good advice.
Oh, he seems so great.
So, and this is like when I first started DMing, man, I could do like 2 voices. I could do like a very bad feminine voice and and that was it. But when I did it, my players were like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool! It's immersive." So like, as much as you think it's going to be awkward, just try it. And if you're not comfortable trying it in front of your players, try it in front of yourself in the mirror first.
That's true, yeah. I'm sure your theater stuff probably helps you a lot with that type of like getting over that embarrassment for sure.
I do have the leg up of I from a young age was embarrassing myself in front of an audience already.
Yeah, I have stage fright. I've always wanted to be a theater kid, but I have massive stage fright, so I could never do it. I always was the stage crew, so I always was the one that did the props and the settings, but I never did the acting part because I have very bad stage fright. So
when I was very young, I had it too, and then I did the theater, and then I did like public speaking things of like debates and presentations, and it kind of just over the years ebbed away.
Impressive.
So it's a lot more okay now. Outside of that, advice for DMing: your players are going to do stuff that's going to confuse you. You're going to read stuff in a book that's going to confuse you. It's okay, and this is my number one thing I tell players: or DMs. It's okay to tell your players, "Hang on, let me think about it," or "Hang on, let me look it up."
Yeah.
There's no shame in not having everything memorized. I don't have everything memorized. My players tell me they have abilities from classes, and I go, "I don't remember that," and then I have to Google it. Or they'll tell me spells, or they'll tell me items. They'll tell me items I homebrewed for them, and I don't remember. It's okay to not know everything. You're not expected to. There's a lot of material out there. I think the Dungeon Master books are like, if you read everything front to back, is like 700 pages, and that's
that's a lot of pages.
Go with that.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. I don't have any of it memorized. I just know the parts that are helpful.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Because we talked about it very briefly because you mentioned it. How do you feel about the 2024 version, the updates?
There's a number of stuff I like in it. One of the first things I like is they made monks feel better, which is a class near and dear to my heart. One of my players asked if they could use the rules for it. I told her yes, and she has quickly become a powerhouse. And it's very refreshing to see because when I was first learning to DM, monks were fairly weak. They didn't do a lot, and it kind of stunk. And it made me sad because it's a fantasy thing of like, you want your character to do like 7 punches, do a backflip, run across the water, be the badass ninja, and then like 5e, it's like you punch twice, you miss, moving on. It's like, oh. So there's some rules I really like. There's some changes to certain spells that I find weird. They've made some spells that I thought were just okay into weaker versions, and I didn't think they needed to be nerfed. They made some spells that were pretty good even better, and it's like, so for the rules overall, I mean, if you're a DM, take a look at them. If you like them, use them. If you don't like them, tell your players you don't like them, and that's fine. If you're a player, talk to your DM and be like, "Hey, I want to do this." And sometimes a player will say, "Yes, one of my characters in one game is using 5e rules, and another character is using 2024 rules. It's fine, you know. Your job as a DM is to make sure everyone's having fun. And if a character's having fun because their character feels good now, then go for it."
Yeah. Do you feel like you're probably much more of a laxer DM when it comes to like rules and things?
Yes, I'm 100% rule of cool. I think if I've dealt with what is rule lawyers before. I don't like rule lawyers. I understand if you want to run that game and you want to run a rule like a tight ship, go for it. Make sure your players know it, and the players who like it will join you. But if you're a rule follower DM and a bunch of your players are free spirits, or if you're a free spirit DM and a bunch of your players are rule followers, you're gonna butt heads. It's just gonna happen. It's very sad, but that's how it goes. Have that conversation. Talk about it. I like bending the rules. I'm more than happy if a player's like, "Can I do this and this and this?" And it's like, well, there's nothing in any of the rules about this. So sure, go for it. I'll figure out you tell me what you want to do. I'll figure out how to make it work.
Have you played Daggerheart before?
I have. That was one of the campaigns I got to be a player in, and oh my gosh, was I enjoying it. That was
Yeah, you
fun.
like it?
Yeah.
How do you feel of it in comparison to like a normal like D&D type of campaign?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Even though I'm a theater kid and have this active imagination, I struggle with no maps for combat.
Yeah.
It really confuses me. I like to, because as much as I am a creative person, I also love like math and optimizing. So I love to figure out distance and like things like that. So it was a bit tricky for me to do combat in Daggerheart, just because I personally like to see exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But in terms of the role play, man, I loved it. That thing was fun.
Yeah. I found it hard. I found it a little bit hard. I still find it currently a little bit hard to play. I love rules and I love limitations. And with how open-ended Daggerheart is, it's really difficult for my brain to like come up with anything. I like it. I think we're doing the Beast Feast campaign run where it's like the dungeon meshy basically game like based off of the concept, and very cool environment, cool concept, cool roles. Hard for me. Very hard for me. I struggle a lot. Also because there's no turn order in Daggerheart. That's also really tough for me. Because I like knowing what I'm supposed to be playing, and I will not jump in if I don't get like a right, like, oh, this is my time, I can go. So I struggle a little bit with it.
That part is, yeah, I understand the difficulty. It's confusing of like, for the first like 30 minutes, I was like, wait, I don't want to, like, because I can be loud. I don't want to just be, like, jumping up down other people's, like, in their way, being like, no, I want to do a thing. Because I feel rude if I do that. But I'm like, I guess it's just the way you do it is everyone's, like, throws ideas in a hat, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I know that, especially with the background of being a DM, I can be domineering with how I describe things. So I'm like, I don't want to take up everybody's time with it. So I try to be a much more laid-back player in that system. Just because I don't want to take everybody's spotlight.
Yeah. Do you ever have a player, or have you experienced like as a player yourself, like someone who's like overwhelming in like a group, like where they kind of are domineering and a little bit more like attention hoggy, like maybe not intentionally, but just it ends up happening that way?
I've played in games where I've had players they're not necessarily chasing the spotlight, but something about their character or something about what the DM finds interesting about their character has led to them being kind of like
the main character.
Yeah, which no fault through the player, but sometimes like I've had DMs be like, this character is the main hero, and it's like, oh, okay, makes it a little. Does it feel like hard?
Yeah,
it is, but also I think for me, I'm perfectly fine to fall into that support role for like role play as well as like just real life things. So I'm like, okay, I mean, if this character's the main hero, I'm more than happy to like uplift them and like be their sidekick. But I know not everyone's as okay with that. So
yeah. Have you had it as a DM
at times? In my very first game, yes, I had a player who very much wanted to be the center of attention, be the best at every skill check, have the best items, have the like a huge portion of the plot. And it was very difficult because I didn't have the experience or the ability to set the boundary of telling them no. So I was like, okay, yeah, if it'll make you happy. And to the detriment of like my own enjoyment as the DM.
Yeah.
Nowadays I'm very lucky. A lot of my players are very good at sharing spotlights.
That's good. Do you try to like fix it if someone is like kind of overwhelming or not?
Yeah, I try. I think the other thing that I'm trying to do more and more is I'm finding if I give my players the moment to be the spotlight, if I cue them of like, hey, this is your spotlight now. It's not gonna be yours for forever, but right now, this is your spot. I find that they're a lot more willing to let other players take the spotlight when it's their time or when they think it's their time. And it makes it a lot more balanced. I think as a DM, if you do a good job of sharing like the moment with the players, of giving the players the moment to feel special, they're a lot more willing to then in turn make each other feel special.
That's good, yeah. That's nice. Do you think that like your group works pretty well? Like, do you think like over obviously 4 years, everyone kind of has a better feel of each other and how to play together?
I mean, yeah, they intermix so well. They have a group chat without me. They banned me from it. They're like, this is so we can plan without Zeus knowing, so we can do things that is gonna shock him. I'm like, oh no. On the one hand, I'm so proud of you. On the other hand, my 6 children have just locked me out of my house. What are you doing?
Oh, that's so fun. So you guys play online now, right? Were you in person before, or has it always been online?
It has always been online. This started off as a community thing in one of the servers that I'm in. And I talked to the server owner, was like, hey, I want to start a D&D thing. Can I do this here? And they said, yeah. And so I as opposed to the first time I DM'd, which was just, these are a bunch of friends, I made a survey. I just put out a Google Doc survey of like, hey, I'm starting a campaign. Fill out this information, availability, what your ideas are, your experience with D&D. Do you have a character in mind? And fill out this document, and then at the end, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna compare, and I make an Excel spreadsheet of who's available when, who's experienced, who's not, and we'll make a list. Because the other thing is, I didn't want to make a group of just all people who are like, oh, I'm a 10-year veteran of D&D. But I also didn't want to make a group of oh, we're all newbies. None of us know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make a good mix of experience with new players, and obviously, it all needed to coincide well on the timing.
Yeah. Do you play in real life with anybody right now, or no?
Sadly, no. I don't have any of my groups are local. A good portion of them live up north. A good portion of them live in Europe. So it's like,
oh yeah.
If we ever have a thing in November, we had a moment to have probably 3/4 of the party was there. So we got 3/4 of the party were in person.
Wow.
Which is very fun. But it also reminds me that after 4 years of playing online, I don't remember how to control my face, so I don't give away things as the DM.
I was gonna ask, do you prefer
behind my screen?
Do you prefer online or in person more?
I think there's a mix of it. I like online for maps and resources so much more, because I can just slap a PNG on the map and be like, ta-da, new map. And I can find them via free map things on Reddit versus paying for them on Patreon versus commissioning an artist. Which is very nice and makes it very easy. Then I can also Google things at very rapid speed. But I do miss in person, just seeing reactions. I can hear reactions, but when I drop a bit of lore that has all of my players panicking, being able to see their eyes would be so much more fun, of watching their faces go, what the heck was that?
Yeah.
So I think it's both. I prefer both. If I could find a way to have a digital map in person, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
But also that would require 7 people internationally to all be in one spot, which is probably not happening.
Kind of tough to do for sure. My DM, when we were in person before, we used to basically he would hook up his laptop to the TV in the living room, and then he would pull up the maps on the TV, and that way we would do that way. But smart. What I've always desperately wanted to do, because we used to play D&D all the time in person, and so what I used to really want to do is because my DM lives, he's the one that lives, well, not the furthest, but he's the most important one that lives further. There's one player in our group that is further, but is less important because he kind of doesn't show up sometimes. So it's whatever. Oh, no. But yeah, we have a straggler once in a while, which I will ask you about after I finish talking, because I am curious. But our DM lives 3-ish hours away from me vaguely, and so we've talked about it. If he ever wants to come visit me, where all the players live in this one area, if he wants to visit me, I can have them come over and we can host an IRL D&D time. And I've always wanted to make maps and make the tiny little the little figures for everything, and to make the actual space. I desperately, so badly, I want, we've talked about it before. I want to make the the environment. I want to make the small mini stuff and everything, because it's just fun. And I've and also he's into Warhammer, so he likes to paint the minis too. So we're both people who enjoyed the idea of having an actual interactive space. And we haven't had it happen yet, but I would, if he ever does want to host it, I would be so happy to make the little stone areas and the little environmental stuff. I desperately want to do that.
I used to have such a huge collection of minis and terrain and everything.
Yeah, I want to do that.
They're so fun and so cool. I have one of my players as oh god, this would have been our 2nd year anniversary. That's so weird to say. He went and got because all of them have their characters. They've gotten art over the years. I've commissioned art of their characters as well.
Hi, Sky.
but I as the DM, you don't have anything to ever represent yourself in the world. You're every tree, every plant,
Yeah.
every animal, every person, but you're never you.
Yeah.
So this player decided, because he does Warhammer as well, he went and bought via like one of the websites where you can design your own mini. He went and got a mini of my character, of like
Aww.
me, and got it printed and painted it, and he has it. And I haven't gotten to meet him in person yet because he lives over in Germany, but he has that, and he sent it to me, and it's like, it was a very emotional moment of like, there's a miniature of me that I could like put on a map, just like one of the, like the silent observer in the corner, like the voice of God watches you.
That's so cute. Yeah, minis are fun. I think my DM one time for Christmas like gifted all of us like little minis, and then I painted everyone's minis because I'm the only one in our group that has like the artistic bone. So I painted everyone's minis, but then that campaign fell through, so I just have all of their minis sitting in my like little like bookshelf. Yeah, I have their minis, and I have a bunch of like I'm a physical person with like, I've slowly become more of a physicality like I like to have things. I'm not materialistic, but I like to have something that feels like important to me. So yeah. I have their minis. I have a bunch of dice because I am unfortunately a dice goblin a little bit. I like to own them and I like to have them. So I do have like a mini hoard of dice, and then I have every single spell, every single spell card for every single class. All of them. It costed me
so cool.
around about $200, I think, and I have everyone for each class. It's a huge box I have, and I love having them. It was for a birthday gift I got myself. I was like, I want all of these. That's just because. Awesome. So I have like every single spell card for everyone. Like even like they're technically duplicate cards in there because they're, some spells overlap for each class. So but they all have their branding. So like, we'll have like a paladin look to it. It's like a front and back card where the back, like the front of it has like the symbol of like a paladin symbol or whatever, and like pretty coloring, and the back has like, the information of everything. And so I love having those things. I think it's fun. I like having things. So like the idea of having D&D physically on a table with like the terrain and everything is like so fun as an idea. One day I will have that, just not right now. But eventually I can have D&D with little cute tiny things that I can make.
Hell yeah. Selfishly as a DM, there is no greater joy than a player's being on a combat mat and just slowly getting the monster mini and watching their eyes go, oh no. Oh no. Especially when you produce a mini that is much too big compared to what they were expecting. It's like, I've had that where I got to drop a dragon on a player's and they're just sitting there going, hey Zeus, yeah, that's taking up a 10 by 10 square. Yeah. Why? Because it can. Okay.
Big boy.
Very
Is there
large.
A monster you love? Like any wait, is it, do you have a favorite one?
You can't official or homebrew?
Both. Give me both.
Okay.
I've once again asked you to name your favorite child.
Yeah, that's really difficult because I'm thinking through like I'm running through my mind thinking of every monster I've ever thrown at a player. I feel like the cop-out answer is to say any of the dragons, just because they're the dragons. They're cool. They're awesome.
Dragons are very cool.
I think some of my favorite like monsters that I've thrown at parties have been like some of the weirder things. Like I had my players fight frost giants one time.
Oh. And
it's so cool because my players are like, they're expecting like, oh, they're giants, they're not gonna move quick, we've got this. And then from like 120 feet away, because that's I think what the stat block said, is just a boulder the size of a man. And they're just like, oh, we thought we were good. And I'm like, no, now you have to spend 2 turns getting to me while I just get to throw boulders.
Oh, goodness.
So that's one of my favorite ones. My favorite creature ever is a creature that has been with me through all 3 campaigns that I've run. And it is by far and above the creepiest thing I've ever made in D&D. And they're like a CR2 monster. And even to the point where my players are level 19, some of them will, like, if they interact with him, will still like freak out and get ready for a fight, no matter how strong they are. They are a creature that I have affectionately called the Skinwalkers.
Oh.
They are 6-limbed creatures with 2 legs and 4 arms. They have no internal organs, and they look like an autopsy creature. Like the skin has been pulled open.
Oh.
And they wear iron masks. And their whole thing is they don't attack the players. They grapple the players and drag them into the dark.
I don't like them.
There is nothing funnier than a player's ready for a fight, and then just out of the corner of their eye, they see their paladin be grappled and dragged 60 yards into the swamp.
Oh, I hate that.
And the players are freaking out. They're like, I've taken no damage. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't know where you're going.
I hate that.
They're my favorite creature, and they're terrifying.
I don't like them. No.
And this is another fun thing I will say as a DM. Figure out your theme when you make a game. If you're wanting to go for a creepy theme, tell your players. If you're wanting to go for a lighthearted, like joyful thing, tell your players. I told my players pretty early on, there will be creepy things in this world. Be ready. And they said,
I mean, that makes it, I think, a bit more interesting too. I think like they're obviously, as someone who says like I don't like sad things, I do think that like having more depth in the tone or mood of a campaign is like, it's good. I think it's fun. I think like some of them, I know we talked very vaguely about like the podcasty and like online D&D like things we watch. I watch a lot of Dimension 20 in my free time, and
Dimension 20, Brendan Mulligan, my beloved.
He's a great DM.
He's so good. He's
very cool. He's very, very cool. They did a like a fairy tale themed one. It was called Never After, I think.
Yes.
And that theme was very cool because it was like their kind of pseudo horror like campaign. And I like that it was a bit like there's like something fun about like a darker and a bit more sinister theme for a campaign like that. Because like to be fair, in general, D&D kind of gets a little bit depressing because it's just gonna be that way because it is like adventurers going on something and something's gonna happen to them, you know? So it's kind of fun when it like leans very fully into that like, you know, what's the word? Agony? the just awfulness that happens. So
it's very interesting, some of the themes you can do, which is also, I think, why I like D&D so much. It's so versatile of like, oh, I want this to be really silly or really exciting or just absolutely gut-wrenching horror.
Yeah.
And you can do all of those. And this is also where I feel more that I'm insane. This is my third, I'm running 2 games right now, so including the one I ran before, that's 3. I've written 3 others.
Oh.
After these 2 campaigns I'm running are done, this will be the last thing that happens in this current world. And I've made 3 other worlds already for what to do after this one, because I can't sit still.
Fine.
My brain won't turn off with D&D.
I mean, that's good though. That's like, I think it's, in general, it's fun to have like a creative outlet thing. You don't do a creative thing in like your normal life, right? Like you're not like in like a space where you do like creativity like for work or anything, right?
No, I cannot express how like straight-laced and like rule-following my normal day job is.
Yeah.
I'm a software quality control tester.
Oh,
I make sure the software works and follows the rules. That is the antithesis of D&D.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So then like it's good to have like a creative outlet, I think. It's like the one thing that I kind of always like mention to people is that like you should always have something creative in your life because like in general, creativity is like a very important part of, I think, of human nature. So like having just something to do, whether it's like photography, writing, you know, reading, I guess technically would be creative enough, I suppose, like making art, making music, doing something creative is like really important, I think, for your brain. So I mean, why not? Why not spend all your time thinking about D&D campaigns and worlds? I think that's very cool. I wish I could do that. I don't know. I used to do a lot of like story. I used to do creative writing in high school a lot, and then I kind of fell out of it. So parts of me like, oh, it'd be kind of fun to delve into like writing things again and whatever, and it'd be cool to do it in like because you know how you mentioned before, you're like, oh, I don't know if I like. It was like it's awkward to like describe, you know, an environment or like the details of a space. I feel like that's the one thing I could probably do very well. I can describe things probably pretty decently. Everything else is like out the window for me, but like describing an environment in an immersive way, I think I could probably do as someone who does art. Like I feel like that's like what like part of my brain is made for that. But I think it's good to have like a little creative thing to do. Do you have you ever thought about like making like a story? Like not for D&D?
So I've done stories in the past, back in like middle school and high school. I've written like short stories. They were like maybe 20 pages, which short question mark. I don't know if that qualifies. I haven't really done much since, kind of, because once I found D&D, that's kind of where everything went into. Yeah. I have been asked numerous times by players, by people I've talked to D&D about, by my parents, when one of the games that I'm running, the 4-year one, ends, will I write a book about it? And I've thought about it really hard, but I don't know if I will.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's one of those things. I think like maybe you can relate to it as an artist, of like you can perfectly, like in your head, you can see it clear as day of what it would be like. Like I can imagine how this would look as a cartoon, how my characters would move, how the environment looks. But like the idea of going and writing that on paper, trying to write 4 years of a story on on paper, that would be like, that'd be so many books. I'd be George R.R. Martin. I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, I guess it's daunting to like try to put all of that into like a cohesive and like readable concept, for sure.
Yeah, I would like, if I could, I would 100% write it as a book.
Yeah.
I think it would be hilarious and so wild of an adventure to hand off to somebody to be like, here, read this. And then just to watch, because it's, from my perspective, it's a thing happening in real time. But as a book, it'd be insane to read things and then like it snap cuts to a player just like, oh, I'm gonna wake up God. What? What do you mean? Why?
Yeah. I mean, I think that like if you ever get the chance to, would be a fun thing to write, like at least like a little bit. Like you always like do like short stories of like snippets of like the life there, which would be like something to do. But I mean, I also am in the realm of, not because this would be like monetarily exist, but like the whole like not to turn everything a hobby into like a career thing. So like, you know, it can live in your head if it wants to live in your head. Like it doesn't have to be written down anywhere else if you don't want it to. So thank you for following. Welcome in, Sarah.
Stream D&D and like
so thank you for the no
do it
shrimping.
That way. And I was like, I don't think I ever could, because I very much do subscribe. Don't make your hobbies into Professions. Like if that's the thing you want to do, like because you believe you can do it, do it.
Yeah.
But if it's like, oh, I could make money off of this, if that's the thought process, like where it starts and stops, don't do it. If it's, I want to do this, do it. But I don't want D&D to be my job.
Yeah. You don't want to be Brennan Lee Mulligan? You don't want that life for yourself?
Gosh, no. I love doing this when I have the free time to do it. Even when I take time off of D&D, telling my players, hey, I'm out of town this weekend, I'll go out of town. I'm still thinking about the D&D game when I go out of town because it's fun. But if you told me I had to think about D&D for like 40 hours a week, probably not. Yeah, I think there's also the thing that like turns like when like reading for school versus reading for like yourself. So, like where you're in school, you can read a book and it's awful and it takes forever and it's really annoying. And then reading for like yourself, it's like it's much easier because you're not feeling forced to. So I feel like if you were to like, in a sense, be forced to think of D&D like constructively for like, you know, your work, probably not as fun unless you're like a very specific type of person who can probably manage to do it, and then it's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I understand that though. I think it's kind of tough. Also because I feel like with D&D, it's so much of like the audience is already kind of like, I mean maybe I'm wrong, but it feels very, in a sense, oversaturated right now. So it'd be really tough to even make it a thing. You know what I mean? It's definitely, there's a lot of D&D and tabletop RPG stuff in general out right now, which, you know, it's good. I don't have the desire to get into that market, but as a consumer, man, you guys are in a great time to get into D&D and tabletop RPGs. There's many wonderful people in this space right now. Go find any of them. I wish I got into because I got into D&D like right before it became like very popular in the quote unquote mainstream area, kind of not mainstream. And so I was like, it was basically me leaning on my DM the entire time, like what do I do? What's happening? How does this work? Which I guess like to be fair, your DM should be that type of help anyways. But like I kind of wish that I had gotten into like Dimension 20 earlier, because then I would have been like, okay, cool, like I know vaguely enough now how to do anything and how to do everything, because like you learn a lot from watching players play. I mean, obviously there's definitely like D&D as content and D&D as as playing it, because like they definitely do things very differently when they're making a show basically. So there is that kind of I feel would like impact a little bit of how you learn D&D, but I do think that it's very useful to have all this like access to information
for it nowadays. It's very fun. It still feels intimidating to get into it from the DMing side, but you know, maybe eventually I'll dip my toes into learning how to do that.
It's a fun thing to try.
Yeah. How many players do you have in your current campaign right now?
So in one of my campaigns, I currently have 6 players. And in my other game, I have 5.
Do you think there's ever a point where it gets too many?
For me, I've done 7. 7 is about where I start capping out, because beyond, like, at 7, it becomes very difficult to manage, because you're trying to balance what this character needs, what that character wants, how to balance. The other thing is, combat in D&D is averagely meant for 3 to 4 to 5 players. I have 6 players. I have 6 players who are very strong. I run a high fantasy game. They have a ton of magic items, a ton of gear. They have a bunch of powers. They hit hard. I need to take that into account, so I can't just like throw normal monsters. They will like just beat up monsters their levels. I have to throw things bigger and stronger. I think so personally, if you're a first time DM, try 3 to 4. Preferably 3, because like that's manageable. Also, 3 is harder for them to argue to split the party. Like, as a new DM, splitting the party is the biggest headache, because you have to figure out how to balance and when to swap back and forth so both groups aren't bored. So start with that number. Realistically, on average, 4 to 5 is a fine group. You can do that just okay. I am a bit insane. I've been doing this for a decade. I can manage 6. It's also the group of 6 I have works really, really well together. They mesh, they're friends, they play games together outside of D&D. They're good people. So I'm very lucky to have them. If you have 6 players who don't necessarily get along great outside of D&D, 6 players is going to be very difficult. Hell, 3 players would be very difficult if they all don't like each other outside of D&D. So twofold, figure out if your players actually get along beyond just, oh, we want to roll dice, and figure out if you can manage that. The best way to think about it is, how overwhelmed do you feel in a VC with like 4 people? How do you feel about 5? What about 6? So
that is a very good mental note, though. That actually is that makes a lot of sense, actually.
It's very difficult. I'm happy with 6 because they get along and because they all play differently. So it's, for me, with how much I love this game, it's very fun to figure out how they interact and how to manage 6 very different people. Yeah.
Would you do, because my current campaign is 7 people, but that's when everyone shows up. So we'll most likely have like, we'll say like 5 people at most, because 2 of them are kind of flaky. Do you ever like have flaky people on like a campaign that you've had in the past or like currently?
In the past, I've had in games that I no longer run, I've had flaky people. Because either life happens or other things. I have 2 rules when it comes to I sound like a teacher. 2 rules when it comes to attendance in my class. But I have 2 rules. Rule number 1, which is the number 1 rule and cannot be broken no matter what anybody tries to argue. Real life comes first. I don't care what's going on. If you have a thing in real life you need to do, go do it. D&D is not as important as whatever you're doing. I promise you, it's a game. My other thing is rule 2. If I'm missing 2 or more players, we'll just call the game off for the week. Now, granted, I have very lucky. All 6 of my players in the one game show up regularly like clockwork. In my other game, we have one player who's going through some real life stuff that makes it hard for her to attend, and that's fine. She understands and talks about it. And we continue on typically with 4. If she shows up, we're very happy and excited and overjoyed, and then we'll play with 5. But if we're missing 2 players, that's usually in my 6-person group, that's a third of the people. That's enough to where things would be very difficult to play without them, because also with the scope of my games, I can't necessarily justify what your character was doing if another player like punches a god. Like, what would you have? Like, I don't know what you would do in that moment. I'm not gonna have that happen. So like, those are my 2 rules. Real life comes first, no matter what you're doing, which also goes for me, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm coming home from a vacation, but I can speed home and play, and all my players are yelling at me, don't you dare just take the day. I'm like, oh, fine. The other thing is, if 2 players are missing, that's enough to where, might not be worth playing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've had a situation where my speaking of like rushing home from a place like to come and play D&D, I have been out of town for one time for a D&D session. I like planned to go out like significantly earlier than that. Like we planned D&D and then I was already going to, you know, where I was going. And so I had to miss that session. On the bus ride back home. One of my friends was like, "Hey, do you think could you come back and play D&D right now because 2 of our players are dead?" And I was like, I'm like getting home maybe. I was like, how badly do you need me there? And they're like, very badly. And then like a message like, actually no, we're good, we're fine, don't worry about it. And then I come back and I managed to get on and they're like, yeah, no, actually we did need your help, 3 of our players are dead now. And I'm like, oh, okay, because I was the barbarian. So I was frontline for them, and I wasn't there, so everyone just got absolutely destroyed, and it was not my intent. I was out, like, I didn't even, because, like, they were messaging me while it was happening, like, hey, like, no, we're good. Like, my friend's like, no, it's fine. And I was like, okay, we're fine. I'm not rushing. I know, but it's like, it was half of our team just got fully wiped, and I probably would have been able to save them if I was there, because my character is, like, relatively strong, and it would have been fine. However, you know, I didn't think that was gonna be what was happening. I just was like, they can handle it. We have enough people who can attack and do stuff. Surely they'll be fine. They were not fine.
When I do have like, because if we have one player missing, that's, you know, we'll ask if it's a pivotal moment, we won't play. But if it's not a pivotal moment, I'll ask if they're good if we play this. Like yes, and it's like okay, we'll play. I tend to have the rule of I don't kill players off screen, so if your character's not here, I'm not going to kill your character. And the other thing is I try to tell them, you know, I'm going to balance based off of who's here.
Yeah, hold on. Let me say hi quickly. Hi, thank you for the raid here, Sleepy. How's it going? Welcome in, everyone. Sleepy, please do your after stream care, get some food, water, do what you gotta do after your stream. Thank you for raiding in. You've been streaming for a while. I saw you earlier today, you were streaming. Welcome in. Get some good rest. Take care of yourself. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. You guys, we were just talking about D&D, and I have a friend here named Zeus. We're just kind of hanging out and talking about stuff. Welcome on in. I will not be reading chat a lot. I have to focus on chatting with my friend, so apologies if I miss stuff, but welcome in. Please take care of yourself. Everyone from Sleepy's Raid, you guys are welcome to hang out with me if you want to, but please get your food, do what you need to do for the rest of your evening. You guys are welcome to hang out. We're just going to be chatting, so if you want to talk about D&D, welcome to be here, but if you don't, you can skedaddle and do what you gotta do. But Sleepy, take care of yourself, okay? Get some food, water, do what you need to do for your end of your evening. Thank you for raiding in. I appreciate you, Sleepy. Okay, sorry.
You're good, don't apologize.
But yeah, you were saying?
I think I was just saying about I don't kill players if they're not there to take care of their character. And if characters are missing, then I will balance my combat around who's missing. Because in one of my games, my player, her real life is turned a little hectic, she is the cleric.
Oh.
So when she's not there, it's like I won't throw things that it's like you need a ton of healing to get through, because you know that's not quite fair to the players of like, well, something that's outside of their control is now going to impact how they deal with a fight. So
yeah,
I do think it's the DM's discretion and obligation to determine how difficult the fight is and how you want to balance it.
Yeah.
I've run games where I have 0 clerics and 0 healers. That's fine. I'll run the game. It won't necessarily be as much of a punch out. You know, you'll kill the thing without needing to heal as much, so it'll be faster. But,
yeah,
you balance it based on who you have.
Yeah, I definitely think my DM is, because in this campaign he was like, he just wanted to be harsher. I don't know why, but he's like, listen guys, if you die, you die. It doesn't matter. Because he like told us in the beginning of the campaign, I think, he was like, we're gonna have character death. So like, if you're not playing a certain way, you might die. And he's like, I'm not holding back. I think just because like we've been playing it for like 7 years at this point. I think we've been playing D&D together.
Wow.
Not the same campaign, but we as a group, because he's like, these are the friends that I met back in university. So we've been playing since like my freshman year in university until now. So like we're the same group of people. There's like people have left, but no one there's one new person in, but no one like, it's the same core group of people for years. So he's like, I guess he's like, yeah, it's fine. You at this point we've played D&D enough. You know what's happening. If you die, you die. So.
That's a fair thing with my 2 games that I'm running right now. After 4 years with this one, and then the other one is players who all are very experienced. I tell them like, look, I'm more than happy to be gentle, but you guys are experienced enough that there's no training wheels on this bike.
Yeah.
You're on the motorcycle. We've clicked the throttle. Go. Let's see
You
how
gotta
this
go.
happens.
Do you try to ever kill any of your players? Like, do you?
There's a running joke that I'm trying desperately to kill one of my players in the 4-year campaign. That would be one of my best friends, Hatch. He has a character named Jangles. By God, that character is immortal, and not because of me. I have tried everything to kill that character as like a running gag, and he keeps surviving.
Incredible.
This is also no part of a threat because he's joked that his backup character is a goblin that only speaks in rhyme named Limerick.
Oh, God.
So,
oh, no.
in fear of what the repercussion is, I'm like, do I keep your character alive? Because the alternative is scarier, or do I kill you to prove a point?
My friend, there was a campaign, and we'll go through because I actually really want to do the Smasher Pass with my characters sometime soon. So there's one of my characters who in our campaign it was like we were all like, because my DM is like, if anyone's gonna be like evil, everyone has to be evil. So our entire group were the bad guys, because just like we weren't inherently trying to be bad, but we were all basically assassins or mercenaries. Like we were not inherently good people. We were part of like gangs or like associations. And so
I love that.
Yeah, because he was like you can't have a party with one person who's evil. Like it just wouldn't work. So it's like if one of you chooses to be evil, then everyone has to also be evil, which I think makes sense. I feel like it works. That like is a fun concept to me. Unfortunately, one of my wonderful friends, his character was so annoying. Oh my God, he was full on chaotic. He was so reckless and just would kill people, would set fire to things, would cause so much trouble. He in our campaign pinned a like an arson thing and an attack on my character. So therefore there's a bounty on my head that I did not have any part of, and he would talk to the DM privately about what he would do, because I didn't know about this until it came out as like, oh, that's happened, that's why like I'm getting attacked. So it was so chaotic, because he was a trickster. I believe he was like a something rogue, like a something rogue. I don't remember what the exact like subclass of word, but he was a rogue something. So he was so hard to play with because everyone was just, it was a hard time. So, and then we had like another character that was like, there's been times where we had characters that just were not functional, because like with him being the way that he was, Arcane, yes, Arcane Trickster, thank you, that's what he was. There are times where we've had characters that just make playing the game so difficult because they're so insane, which I think is fun. I think it's silly and fun. It does make it hard because my poor character was just blindsided with getting like people going after him, and he had no idea why. But to also be fair, he was like, he had a for a lack of a better term, he had like a split personality type of thing, where in gameplay, when he got below 50% health, he would like kind of, as like I guess a defense mechanism, be like a fully different person. So that's when he would do like, because he was like a pharmacist by like day trade, and then the part of him that he wasn't aware of was an assassin. So, you know, fun stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, he was an artificer. So, yeah, but so they were all bad, so it was fine. I mean, he had like technically deserves to get tracked down, but it was like, it was a rough session. That campaign was a bit difficult, but I think it's funny because like I know my DM actively was trying to kill him. Like he desperately wanted that character gone, but he never died. He just had really good rolls, and so every time anything happens, he was just able to get out of it, just no matter what. It was so silly. Speaking of good rolls, have you ever had like any of your players have like insane rolls, whether that be good or bad, aside from the one where you had to change the entire thing overnight? But like
all the time.
Yeah.
So in chat, there's Ice Phoenix. He's one of my players. He's a rogue, and he's not exaggerating when he says he gets 45 on stealth checks.
Oh wow.
He can do that pretty normally. So I have players doing that. I have an artificer who has +8 intelligence and has Flash of Genius. Which is Flash of Genius adds your intelligence modifier to any roll as a reaction. So when he does Arcana checks, he adds plus, if he wants to, I think he can add +30 something. which is
That's
starting to get into the
insane.
astronomical numbers. Yeah, so my players are at the point where pretty much anything they roll, if they're good at, they're just doing. We have a barbarian who has like a +20 to hit right now on a weapon.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so a lot of my players do this, which in combat rolls are terrifying. We have, as a running thing over the 4 years, we have a DPS benchmark check. Of the most damage dealt in a single round. Let me see if I can't find it, because I think the record stands from, is it from our barbarian? Let me see. One moment.
No, you're
It
good.
was like in the hundreds of there it is. So the high score currently stands as my barbarian doing 308 damage in a single turn.
That's a lot of damage in a single turn. Was it still alive?
No. He one-tapped a story boss after that.
Oh my
Granted,
god.
there was a number of things leading up to that, but it was just one tap bonk.
Jeez, that's insane. I would love to get those numbers one day in a campaign. That's crazy.
Barbarians, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm playing a barbarian right now. Actually, 2 questions. One of them, have you had anyone have a very bad roll? Like a nat 1 that was very important, but they fully messed up?
Yes. My characters are dealing with stuff that is beyond the mortal realm in my game. So I have a custom mechanic called mutation. So if players touch a certain kind of artifact, they can gain mutation points, which will alter their body in a lot of ways.
Oh.
I had a player get a natural 1 where the artifact decided that because the artifacts are somewhat sentient. The artifact embedded itself in her neck, in her spinal cord.
Oh no!
So that was an experience. And they're like, "What just happened?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. What just happened to my character? You're gonna be fine. Sign this waiver."
Oh no!
So that happens. I also have the running gag that I tell my players if they get 3 natural 20s or 3 natural 1s in a row,
like slots.
something, I'll either an angel or a devil will appear.
Oh.
It hasn't happened yet, because it's 1 in 400 and then 1 in 8,000. So it's the odds of getting a shiny Pokemon roughly.
Wow.
So if a player does it each in a row, I joke because it hasn't happened. I don't think.
Yeah.
Where an angel will show up and do something nice, or a devil will show up and do something bad.
Do you do like the nat 1, like the critical like failure stuff, where it's like you have like the little like list of things that can happen or whatever? Like my DM would do like the little, it's like a 1 in 100 like wheel he would spin, and then like, you know.
I've seen those. I don't personally do those. I tend to, natural 1s to me tend to be more story moments. So depending on what's going on, I'll do something specific. I also don't tend to punish natural 1s in combat, because there's nothing worse than I've been on the receiving end of DMs who are very like they punish natural 1s very hard, which is, if that's the thing you want, that's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it as a player, and when I asked my players, none of them seemed too keen on it.
Yeah.
Because I've done it where as a barbarian I get a natural 1, my hand slips, my battle axe goes flying 100 feet away, and it's like, well, crap.
Yeah.
There goes everything I want to do.
Yeah.
Which is not fun. So I tend to do natural 1s in combat as like really funny inconveniences.
Yeah.
Of like, I gotta swing my great battle axe. Natural 1, you slam the battle axe, completely missing them, exploding the ground into a shrapnel as you're coughing up sand now for the next minute. It doesn't do anything negative, but my players are pretty good at it. They'll roleplay their character coughing sand for a minute.
Yeah. That's nice.
Stuff like that. I mean,
have you
out of
done
combat,
it for yourself?
natural 1s, for myself? Oh yeah, I have NPCs get natural 1s fairly often because there's so many of them. And nothing's funnier for me than when an NPC gets a natural 1 on either a perception check or a charisma check. It's so funny because sometimes the players will lie to NPCs, and they get the NPC will get a natural 1 on insight. They're like, oh yeah, this guy's great. I trust him implicitly. So there's really funny moments with that.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I guess it really does depend on the group of people you're with, because like I think for our group, I think it's like, I think most of the time the wheel like is like I don't think it's like super harmful things, but like there was a time where in the only campaign we've ever finished, the enemies we were fighting, one of them managed to swing and hit the other, like another enemy, and killed him, and then I believe they fell out a window. So it was really funny. It was really, really funny, and it's like one of the most memorable like parts of any fight we've ever done. And so we reference it quite often because it was an incredible situation for everything that happened there. But yeah,
that's so funny.
It was really silly. That campaign was very fun. That was the one we went into hell for, and that was fun. And my character almost killed himself. Experience. It was fun.
Oh,
it was good.
That's not a fun experience.
No, he was paladin, so he was like willing to sacrifice himself for the end of the campaign to like, because like they were believed to like need a sacrifice martyr type of thing, and he was like, oh, I'll do it. And he ended up not having to die, so it was very nice. It was a very good moment because I was like actually almost about to cry, like, okay, I guess he can die. I guess it's fine. Sure, I'll leave him. It's okay. I was so emotional about it because I loved him. He was like, I think he is like my favorite character, and also is like my favorite class. I love paladin. I think they're very fun to play. And I loved him to the like. He is like still, I think, definitely like my favorite character. He was so fun to play, and it felt good to play him. I love paladins. I love paladins.
Paladins
my
make
favorite
great
class.
Roleplay moments.
They're so good. What is your favorite class, actually? I'm gonna ask you.
I have two, and they are on such opposite ends of everything.
Give me them.
I'm big. I'm trying to remember the voice of one of my characters. What was it? Well, I'm very much a southern boy, and I very much like to swing this big old hammer and break faces. I do love me a good barbarian. Nothing's more fun than going into a rage and suplexing a dragon. I did have a character who had enough strength. He didn't punch. All he did was grapple and suplex people.
Wow,
got to the point where he could suplex a dragon. It was fun.
That's incredible.
On the other end, which barbarian, when I was starting out as D&D, was my favorite, but since then my favorite. And it's been consistent, and I tell people if they pick the class, I'm not gonna fully do it, but I will give benefits to those who pick the class. I've sold my soul to the dark eldritch gods. Give me the power of eldritch blast that I might smite my foes. God, I love warlocks. They are the coolest things ever. Yes.
Are they your favorite spellcasters as well?
They're my favorite everything. They are so cool. They give, as a DM as well, they're some of the coolest role plays you can do, because the player isn't just, oh, DM, here's my character. The player's going, hey, DM, here's my character. Here's an NPC you get to make and do anything you want with. And I'm like, oh, yes, perfect. They're some of the coolest things. They're also one of the classes I homebrew the most for my players, because I will admit in 5e, they are fairly weak. They need some buffs. I've done some quality of life things with most of my warlocks to make them better, ranging from changing how their spell selections work to a few other things. And most of my players universally like the changes, so I'm happy with them. But they are just some of my favorite classes. They're so cool.
I was surprised you're a warlock, because I do, as you said, like they're weak, and I've heard people tend to be like, oh yeah, they're not as fun to play as like other spellcasters. So I was surprised, but I guess it makes sense if you're like you're making it a bit more useful and nicer and more fun to play. Then yeah, I'm sure it probably is, like, because the concept's more fun as an idea. I think having like a pact with something like that is fun.
Even when I've been a player and being warlock, even though they are weak, I challenge the people who say they're not fun. If your definition of fun is strong, then I would agree. But I've played characters that are absolutely abysmal at specific things. I've played 5 intelligence barbarians.
Oh,
I've played
idiot.
negative constitution casters where I have like 1 hit point at level 1. I've tried a lot of stuff. I no longer care about optimization. I care about like fun and roleplay.
Yeah.
And also, while warlocks don't have the most spell slots, sure, they're some of the most versatile things on the planet because of eldritch invocations and the amount of cantrips you get to pick from. I'm like, sure, I don't get 5 fireballs in a day. Counter argument. I have permanent beast speech, invisibility. I can read every language. I can see in perfect darkness without, even if it's magical. So who's getting who? Sure, no fireball. I can do everything outside of combat, though.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah. Warlocks are better when they get to use their strength spell slots to renew after short rest and their invocations. Yeah, that is the one that's really nice. They do get their spell slots back a lot. That is a very, very useful thing. And every time I'm a different spellcast, I'm like, damn, I wish I was a warlock. I was like, I use my spell slots too often. Yeah.
That is, yeah. There's also the thing that I challenge everyone on of like, yeah, but they're weak. And I'm like, counter argument. You get one of the best cantrips in the game for combat, Eldritch Blast. And you get an invocation which gives you your charisma modifier to extra damage. To get extra damage on most cantrips, you have to be like 6 or 7 levels into the class, like wizard or sorcerer or cleric. Warlocks get that at level 2, baby. I'm already doing 1d10 plus 5 if I had a good character roll. What are you gonna do? 1d6? Keep up.
Yeah, it's so sad. I think about Eldritch Blast so not fondly because that's the one thing my poor warlock could never cast. He could never cast anything. I think about that so many times where, like, my poor boy, he could never do anything. It's so pathetic. Oh, God.
Also, 100% correct. Hexblade is the single coolest thing in all of D&D, and I will stand on that.
From what I've heard...
It's so good. It's so cool.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to continue about the Hexblade stuff. I don't know too much. I don't remember what my warlock was. I forget where.
Do you want your warlock to have armor? Do you want your warlock to have weapons? Do you want your warlock to use your spell casting modifier for those weapon attacks? Do you want to have some of the coolest things in the game? Do you want to divine smite as a person who sold your soul? Boy, do we have the subclass for you. It does everything I'd want out of most of my other classes in one. While I love barbarians and they are incredible tanks and just a brutal thing in the front line, warlocks can do most everything I want from my spellcasters and melee casters in one go. And all with a single stat of charisma. What else do I need?
I think that, like, had I had a better experience with my poor warlock, I probably would like them a lot more. I think for me, the reason I love paladins is because they can do, like, not the same way fully, but they are both, like, spellcasting and melee, which I think is very nice. Like, having the option to do both is cool mentally for me, having that, like, versatility, because that's, like, I feel like as a barbarian, as much as I love hitting things, which is really fun, because I currently am a barbarian, I hate when I'm, like, 1 bajillion feet away from an enemy, like, I can't do anything but dash now and go get you. Like, that's all I can do right now.
There's a relatively new barbarian subclass, which is my favorite barbarian subclass, and it is one of the things that most makes me want to be a player in a game right now. Of giant barbarian.
Oh.
Your character grows large when you rage, so you become 2x2, and then at later levels you become huge, so you're a 3x3.
Oh.
And the most important thing is you get an ability called Elemental Cleaver, where you infuse your weapon with elemental powers, and it has a thrown property.
Oh,
you can throw your battle axe on fire at people, and it comes back to you after each attack.
Oh, that's so
and
nice.
It triggers rage bonus. So I don't need to be in melee. I can just now throw a battle axe 100 feet at you.
True.
Get bonked, idiot.
Oh man, but nothing ever will beat the feeling of having a good divine smite though. I love smite. Smite, so good.
Oh, yeah,
so good. I love smiting things. Really I love smiting stuff. That's like,
Oh, what's this? I got a natural 20 on my hit. Oh man, that's crazy. That'd be crazy if I divine smited right now, wouldn't it? Oh,
I love it. I love smite. It's such a fun. I don't know. I remember like every time it made hits feel so much better. Like when I got it, like I hit on something, I was like, this is so good. And like also there's like a slight bit of like being able to like either like one shot or like kill an enemy or be like the one that does the most like damage in a round is so good. It feels so good when I'm like, yes, I am important to this fight. Like, please be proud of me.
It's great. Divine Smite is so good. It's also one of the rules in 2024 I'm the most happy with is paladins can Divine Smite with like unarmed attacks now. Because the visual of an armored gauntlet from a paladin punching someone and just Divine Smite noise, oh, it's so good.
It's so, man, I love, paladins are cool. I think they're very fun. Is there a class you don't like at all?
Oh, that's... I'm trying to think. I love all the classes. There are classes that I struggle the most with as an idea. Honestly, the one I struggle the most with is, this is going to be controversial, I think. I don't fully like wizards.
Oh.
Which is fine. I like all other spellcasters. I've played them all almost. They're really cool. Just wizards to me are. It is weird because it's a variety. You have infinite like possibilities as a wizard. I just find wizards boring.
Okay.
As awful as that sounds.
It's so fair.
Because like with and you can have infinite spells with wizards because you can do like every kind of spell. But I like all my other classes more because they have things beyond just I cast, which is which is what I struggle with wizards. Like sorcerer has like weird meta magic, which is cool. Druid can wild shape, clerics can heal and divine intervention, warlocks are just, warlocks, man. Bards have so much tools and everything. And I just find wizards, like, if ignoring spells, because spells can be adjusted and, certain classes can get different spells. If I'm just looking at the class mechanics, I don't find a lot in most wizard subclasses that calls to me.
That's fair.
A lot of the a lot of subclasses in wizards are just I do X school of magic better. Which
you don't like that? Not fun to you?
It's the same reason I struggle with champion fighter. I just crit more often. Like, yeah, that's that's good. You're gonna be very strong at certain points, but also like it doesn't feel creative. I like having a ton of tools in my toolbox more than I like having the one perfect tool.
Yeah, that's fair. Have you played every class before?
I'm running through the list. I think I have.
Wow.
I think I've played through a combination of one-shots and everything. I think I've tried everything. Barbarian and Warlock stand among the top two. My other favorite is Artificer.
I found Artificer hard.
New baby. Artificer is very confusing.
I found it very, very confusing. I was struggling a lot when I was playing my Artificer character because I was like, what am I doing? How does attunement work? What am I doing every day? What's happening?
There's a lot of classes, their subclasses play somewhat similar. Artificer has the most variety between all the subclasses. So it's very much like I can do a billion different things with Artificer, which I find very fun. It also has led to some of my more fun character ideas with Artificer.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Artificer has a lot of like potential in a character space because there's a lot you could do with like the concept of it. So I like that in that respect. But when I picked to play an Artificer, I had not really realized just purely how difficult it would be to work with them. I was very like, what am I doing here? But they're cool. I think I would maybe give them another chance at some point. But I think if I were to play a new campaign, I'd want to be a paladin again because I miss them. I think they're so fun. I can't help it. I love them. I love them so much. So wait. So you talked about wizards, and I've asked this question to a couple of my friends recently, actually, and it's a good question to ask you. What school of magic would you like to specialize in real life? Like if you as a person could pick out a school of magic.
In real life?
Yeah.
Like I have access to all the spells in that school of magic?
Yes.
Illusion. Infinitely
really? Okay.
Illusion.
Yeah?
It's either illusion or divination. One of those two.
I had those answers too. Well, actually, I think it was for me. It was in what was it called? Enchantment. What was it? Yeah, enchantment and divination were the ones that I would be the most interested in.
Yeah.
How so? Why?
The thing
Why
I
am
will, illusion there's so many illusion spells that you could do so much for in real life. Either like immediately you can do like anything you could imagine because it's so many illusion spells are whatever you can think of you conjure. Man, that's Green Lantern power. That's incredible. Divination, because a lot of it is you can the funny thing is divination includes some teleporting stuff, which is really cool, but also a lot of it is getting information. I'm like, if in real life you told me, hey, cast this spell, an omniscient being tells you yes or no if this is a good idea, dude, I'm gonna use that every day. That sounds amazing. Yeah, that's kind of the same reason that I would be like, yeah, I mean, like, just knowing stuff would be great for, like, just for life. Like, it'd be so good to know things. Oh, yeah. I can tell you which one I would never pick, though.
Necromancy?
Necromancy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You can... And not for the, this is a creepy power, because I don't want the responsibility of it.
Yeah, that's reasonable. That's a reasonable one. I want to find someone who would say necromancy, though.
The minute you can revive the dead, and you don't start healing people,
Yeah.
you are inherently going to be called a bad person by everyone in the world. You have a moral obligation. If you have the ability to heal the dying, you have to go work at a hospital ASAP. You don't get a vote. The cantrip spare the dying? Dude, you are the most important person in the world. Go get to work. I don't want that responsibility.
That's fair. That's very, very fair. In my brain, would imagine it would be kind of like a split down the middle where people be like, oh my god, you're so useful and we need you for this, and people be like very uncomfortable with the existence of someone being able just to like do that, and then like you know, like it's like a split where it's like people would like ostracize you or like be very uncomfortable with you because you basically can, you know, pick if someone dies or doesn't die, or like, you know, so like there's like, I feel like there'd be a very like split view on that in like life, because if you could know that someone could just like, you know, bring someone back to life, that's kind of horrifying a little bit actually when you think about it realistically. So I think it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I would ever do necromancy. I don't know. I don't think even for like a cat that I would love dearly, I don't know if I could even do it then. Like, I think that's like things die for a reason. So like, I don't know. But like a divination and enchant. I said enchant. What is it? Is it enchantment? I'm trying to remember the actual word for it.
Enchantment.
Yeah, those feel like kind of semi-harmless. Like those don't. I feel like not really impacting anyone else super intensely. Like it's not gonna like change the trajectory of anything really super. You know, one way or the other. So, yeah. Okay, hold on. Did I ask you? It was my friend. This is a fun question from my friend. What starting pack of equipment is your favorite?
Oh god.
That was a very interesting question because I would never think about that myself.
Hang on, I need to remember what's in which.
Hold on, I can also
I haven't looked at adventuring gear in ages.
Well, yeah, you're pretty far in your campaign. It's a kind of a.
I think it has to be Burglar's Pack or Dungeoneer's Pack, because like a lot of the others are just stuff.
So true.
Just stuff.
Everything is just stuff, but so true.
Like the Burglar's Pack has like 1,000 ball bearings, candles, a bell, string, hammer, crowbar, pins, lantern, oil, rations, tinderbox, water skin. It's like, dude, that's a lot of stuff. And then you get to like the Explorer's Backpack, bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, torches, rations, water skin. Yeah. Like, bro, that is not equal.
Actually, I have a question because you talked about it a little bit before. How do you play a bard? just out of curiosity, because I suck at playing a bard.
How do I play a bard, or how should
one
player play a bard?
How should one play a bard?
It depends entirely on what type of bard you want to play. There's a few. So there's the if you want to get freaky, you can be the bard that gets in melee, which is very interesting.
Freaky? Why'd you say freaky?
Because most bards are much better at doing things that aren't involving swinging swords.
Okay.
There are 2 subclasses for bard that give you multi-attack. You can go to town and be powerful. But there's a lot of subclasses for bard that are a lot better at other things. So if you want to do that, pick swords or valor. I don't personally want to play a melee bard. If I play a bard, I want to do other stuff. The other 2 schools of thought are you can be what I call support, or you can be there's support or utilitarian / damage. Support is you pick up a bunch of buffing spells. You can do protection from elements, protection from good and evil. You can do haste. You can do wards. Because the other thing is, bards eventually can learn any spell from any class at certain levels because of what is it called? I can't remember the name of the ability. But there's an ability where they can just learn spells from other classes. And that's also why you can be utilitarian and damage. You can whatever you pick for bard. If you have a direction of I want to be this kind of like buff or damage or utility, if you start learning those spells, bards are really good at it. There's also the bardic inspiration can be used for a number of things depending on your subclass. If you want it to be a buff thing, pick a class that gives buffs. If you want it to be a thing where I'm gonna hit this one boss with a massive spell, pick the class that gives that uses bardic inspiration to lower opponents' rolls on checks and saves. And then it's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna lower your save by 1d12, and then I'm gonna cast Hold Monster. And it's like, well, they're not gonna pass that. So for bards, the bard is one of those ones that early on you kind of have to figure out what direction you want to go.
Yeah.
More than some of the other classes. Like barbarian up to level 3 is kind of the same no matter what you do. You're kind of a tank and you kind of swing big weapons. Bard, you kind of have to have an idea earlier on of what you're aiming for.
That makes sense. Do you think? No, not the way I should. What do you think is the easiest class to get into to playing D&D? Like, as a first-time player, what would be like the one you'd recommend someone who would never play D&D before, has no idea how it works, is like fully new, has maybe watched like a singular like video on it before, but like that's the extent of their knowledge?
Honestly, the two I would say is one of these I'm going to pick a specific subclass, and the other I think you could be any subclass. If the best ones I think for a player to get into D&D is going to be Eldritch Knight or any of the clerics. Eldritch Knight is a fighter subclass.
Okay, sorry. I was like, sorry, you just fully new to my brain. Okay.
It is the fighter subclass that gets spells, which is why I think they're good, because it gives you a list of wizard spells that tend to be buffs or debuffs, and then it gives you some spells that are damage. So it gives you the great feeling of martial powers and spell powers. In addition, fighters also can be strength or dex, so you have the ability to feel how those feel. It also just has the single most amount of ability score improvements and feat options, so you can just kind of, at that point, make a character exactly how you want them to feel or play or anything you want, so it's really good for that. Clerics, because cleric subclasses allow you to be kind of anything. You can be frontline, tank, damage, healing, buffs, debuffs, raise the dead, anything. They have a lot of variety, and you can kind of just do anything you want. Also, because most of your party will love you if you're a cleric, no matter what you do, because it's please heal me.
Yeah.
And you will, if for a new player, nothing feels better than feeling like you've done something to impact the game.
Yeah.
And clerics kind of do that on a regular basis.
They are helpful. They are very useful. But I feel like recommending any spellcaster to anyone new is kind of daunting, because like it's an entirely new system to get a handle of, and then learning spells is kind of tough, but I guess they do have to learn somehow.
Yeah, there's like a few classes that don't offer spells, but most classes have some form of it, and I think it's important to do that. Also, I would say cleric, because similar to druid, you prepare spells, which means you get to test out everything in your kit. You don't have to pick and choose.
Yeah,
I learned this
that
spell.
is true.
Well, you don't get to swap it till next level up. I'm sorry, sorcerer. So anytime you're a druid or a cleric, you have a long rest. I didn't like this one spell. I didn't like these 5 spells. Swap them. You get to change every day.
That makes a lot. Actually, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that does make sense, because then you also like, get the chance to learn a lot of spells, because like you're trying them out. You're seeing what you like, you don't like. Yeah. Is there one that you would not recommend for a first timer?
I would not recommend Artificer for a first timer. As you also said, it's a very confusing one.
It's
There's
tough.
a lot to figure out.
It's very tough.
Outside of that, probably Sorcerer is a tough one for a first time, because you have to pick and choose at level up. It's not like Wizard, where if I find a scroll, I can copy it. Sorcerers, you kind of pick and you're stuck. And in addition to that, learning what meta magic to use when is very weird. There's a lot to figure out.
Yeah. Meta magic is a bit interesting.
Yeah, most players will look at meta magic and they'll look at Quicken Spell and go, yep, that's the best choice, which, you know, it's very good. Double casting most spells is pretty strong. Same with Twin Spell.
Yeah.
But I'm at the point with playing D&D where I look at Sorcerer and go, man, you know what's a terrible thing that I can do? Subtle Spell. I can cast magic without having to wave my hands or mutter incantations. No one will notice. Guess what? I want to cast mind control on the king. No one's gonna notice that I did it. They're just gonna all find the king suddenly very agreeable with my ideas. And no one can counterspell. No one can do anything because no one saw me cast.
Yeah.
And that's the thing as a new player, like figuring out those weird ideas, because it's so much more flexible than just I cast heal.
Yeah.
It's weird, man.
There's a lot more. I think that the more you play D&D, the more you know characters and classes. It's like you can be much more malleable with it, I guess, if that's the way I want to say it. Like, you have more things you can like think about and more like details you can like kind of hark on and like, you know, build a concept or like a strategy around certain things, knowing more about like a class and like their abilities and everything. Also, hi. Hold on, can I quickly say the thing?
Ahead.
Thank you.
You're good.
Hello, thank you for raiding and welcome in, Stella. How's it going? Stella, welcome. Thank you for raiding. Please do after stream care, get some food, water, do what you gotta do after your stream. You guys are welcome to hang out if you want to. I'm not going to be super engaging with chat as much. We are talking about D&D, so if you want to hang out and talk about D&D with us, feel free to. Thank you for hanging out, though. Please go do after stream care as well. Oh, we can't unmute. Oh, no. No. Take care of what you need after stream. Welcome to hang out if you want to. Oh, there you are. Hi. Welcome. I was going to type out a message, but yeah. Please do after stream care if you can. Get some food, water. Do what you can after stream. You're just welcome to hang out if you want to, but take care of yourself. Welcome in, welcome in. We're talking about D&D. Sorry. Hi.
You don't have to apologize.
I'm sorry. It's it's all I know how to do. It's all I know. Don't be mean to me. This is where I am.
Never.
What were you saying? Yeah, I think Druid's hard to get a handle of. One of my friends is playing Druid for the first time, and it's kind of tough to I feel like understand. And I also think I would have a hard time getting Druid as well.
Yeah, Druids can be confusing. It's another one of those pick a subclass early and figure out what you want to do. Like a few classes like Fighter and Rogue and Barbarian, you can start figuring out what you want to do after a few levels. Druid, it's level 2. It's like, all right, what kind of druid do you want to be? Do you want a wild shape more? Do you want to do casting more? Do you want to do like buffs? What do you want to pick? You got to pick right now. And it's like, uh-oh. So if you don't know what you're doing early, some classes, and I think that's the big thing, some classes you get to pick what you want to do later versus early. And I say that having just recommended Cleric, which is you pick your subclass at level 1. So maybe I'm kind of giving contradictory advice.
I think though, at least sometimes it's like, with Cleric, I think because it's like, it mostly impacts the spells you pick, yeah? Like, it feels like it's not as... Actually, no, there are a couple things that you like abilities that you kind of get that are quite different.
A few extra spells you get, it affects your proficiencies and things like that if you get heavy armor versus medium versus light. And it impacts your channel divinity.
Yeah,
which channel divinity is a really fun thing.
Ah, man, Cleric is interesting. I played it one time. I think I actually don't think I've ever repeated a class before, actually. I'm trying to think. I try to play at least one new class every time I have a character because I have not played a bunch of them yet. Like, I've had like 6 or... how many? I guess we'll see them when I play. I think maybe like mostly 5 characters I've had or something like that. So I'm not like as well versed with all the classes yet. I would like to one day play at least once, every class once. But I
Do you multi-class?
No, it's scary. Multi-classing scares me.
I am the entire opposite. I can't remember the last time I took a character 1 to 20 with the same class.
Multi-classing kind of scares me because then I already struggle knowing all of my abilities as one class. Having another one in there is just it's just so scary. I don't know what I'm doing, and then I don't want to be like a hindrance on like the combat or whatever. Like the thing is, like, I'm someone who loves using my abilities in anything. So if I know what my abilities are, either like its race or background or class, I want to use them either out of combat in like a situation where it's like usable. So like if I add more to it and I don't know what they do, I feel like I'm like, dang it, like I want to be useful in this like social situation. I want to know what's happening. Like I want to be able to help. So I'm nervous to add on to a multi-class thing because I'm like, what if I just don't know what I can do?
I love multi-classing. I can make some weird abomination of a character if I can multi-class.
I mean, that's good though. That's fun.
Oh, it's great. I've had DMs waive the multi-class requirements of you having certain number of stats to be able to multi-class, and I was like, oh, you've made a mistake, you fool. I'm gonna make a horrid monster.
What is your favorite multi-class?
My favorite my most successful multi-class is Barbarian with Rogue.
Oh, whoa, wait, how?
So, rogues get sneak attack when they have advantage. Barbarians have reckless attack. Reckless attack does, so sneak attack must be with a finesse weapon. Reckless attack is any melee attack. You can use dex weapons as a barbarian. So I made a barbarian who used short swords, which are considered dex weapons. Reckless attack, I don't need allies nearby. I don't need to be in stealth. I'm just going to stab a man really angrily and get sneak attack. And it works. It's really scary.
That's, you know what? Wonderful. That is kind of scary.
In terms of the multi-class, I want to make work the best, and I'm still to this day trying to find the most optimal way to do that, is combining my two loves. One day I will make the Warlock Barbarian. One day. It doesn't work well for 90% of everything, because Warlocks don't get enough spell slots, and Barbarians can't concentrate while raging, and can't cast while raging.
Oh, yeah.
So it's trying to find the best way to do that, and I have found one multi-class with Barbarian and Warlock that I think will work, and I think I will make a DM pull their hair out.
I'm sure people like who are DMs or have played D&D for a very long time probably are kind of menaces to other DMs, because like, so it's like in art where like once you know the fundamentals you can like bend the rules and do your own things. So like once you know everything, you can fudge things to make sense and actually work, because you know all the rules. Like, you know how it works.
I know the secret, the trap doors. I know where the bodies are hidden. DM, give me an Eldritch Blast.
I mean, that has to be fun though. I wish I was a bit more adventurous with my stuff, because I do like, as a person in life in general, I do play it safe. I love playing it safe. I love being in a comfort zone. I love playing it safe. I love knowing what I can do and doing it well and being like, this is perfect for me. So I never try things that are a little bit more maybe like scarier or a bit more difficult for me mentally to do, or I might not have the full knowledge of it, which is kind of annoying, because I should try to branch out and learn more. But I do tend to like kind of reserve myself for the things that I'm like, I am familiar with this, so I can do this. But I feel like I would like to be able to be a menace if possible one day.
I should just give you my character list idea and just let you go nuts with it.
True.
There are some weird ideas in that list.
Speaking of characters, do you wanna look at my characters and tell me if you like them or not?
I would love to look at some characters.
Yay! Okay, these drawings are a little bit old. Are you watching my stream, or do you want me to send them to you in DMs at the same time?
I am watching your stream.
Okay, it'll be like probably like a slight delay because it's such is life.
That's
but
fine.
All right, it's good. Number 1. Okay, this is my most recent character. Hold on. Come here. Here he is. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna
ask, this is.
Hold on.
This is a fire genasi.
It is. Hold on. Where's my wings? Wings go down. There. Here he is. He's my current. He's my current character. He's a barbarian. Here he is. I swear. I'm gonna put him here. It's fine.
He looks so grumpy. I love him.
He's great. I love him to death. I think he's so silly. My characters have made him play Wonderwall every single night. Because he also is. He has the background as a performer. Because I initially like the idea of having like a barbarian. Like I wanted to do like metal music. So like I was like, I want him to be like a rocker, like a metal guy, and I was like, it'd be fun for him to barbarian, but also like basically focus on like music as well as a concept. So like he would be something that I would like hypothetically think about if I really wanted to try to force him being a bard somewhere as a multi-class, but that's not something that I'm actually at right now pursuing as a concept. But
Barbarian is actually a fairly good multi-class for
really?
a number of things. Yeah, because bardic inspiration doesn't require spells or casting or magic, so you can do that while raging. So you can do some silly things, and there are certain subclasses that you can add bardic inspiration for damage or to hit.
Ooh, that is useful. Yeah. What do you think of him? He's a fire genasi. Also, you're fun. Welcome in, Frost.
I very much like this. This is a good character.
Yeah.
This is a character, I can't decide if this is a character that already has trauma or if I'm looking at going, you're gonna end up with some, don't worry.
He probably will have trauma at some point. I just made him hot, in very many ways, because I thought it'd be kind of fun. And then, like, the way that I normally do characters is that I make a character and then I kind of, welcome in. Oh, goodness, so I'm sorry, I keep on muting for you, I'm sorry, but...
You're good.
Welcome in, Arthur. Also, thank you, Meadow. Welcome. Thank you, guys. Hi. Thank you for rating, both of you. Can my mods give a shout out? Hello. Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome in, guys. Thank you for rating in. We're talking about D&D, and I'm showing off my characters to get Zeus's opinion as a forever DM, what he thinks of my guys. Welcome, Arthur. Welcome, Meadow. Meadow? Please go do your after-stream care, both of you. Get some food, water, rest up, take care of yourself. You guys are welcome to handle me if you want to, but please put yourself first. Do what you gotta do. We are just talking about D&D. We're playing League. Ooh, fun! Did you have a good time? Hope it was good. Welcome. But yes, everyone, take care of yourself. Welcome to hang out if need, but do what you gotta do. We're chatting, and I won't be able to read chat as much, unfortunately, just because we're talking. So I'm gonna do that. But welcome in. I would also not want to fight a bear-sized frog or 100 frog-sized bears. I would fight the 100 frog-sized bears because bears are cute, and if they were tiny, they'd be cuter. So yeah, welcome in though. Okay. All right. So is he a pass or is he a smash? Is he not your type? Is he not my type?
It's more I'm concerned about third-degree burns.
No, he's fine. He's fine.
He's made of fire, Sky.
Well, he's hot.
For the appearance-wise, smash, actual like risk of everything being third-degree burned, I will pass for my own safety.
Dang. Yeah, he's fun. I love him. He's very silly.
I say this knowing dang well what's on my smash list for the monster manual, but I'm still gonna. You
want to elaborate, sir?
I have gone through the monster manual doing Smash or Pass. My choices will appall you.
I'm scared. That's scary to say to me.
Sky, one of my #1 things that I'm like, Smash is Godzilla. Take that with as you will.
Okay. Also, bye, Venus.
I love seeing your expression of just, ugh.
I mean, hey, man, everyone's got their things, and I guess Godzilla is one of those as a possibility.
You know what? I'll change my answer. I'll Smash.
Okay. I'm glad. He's very, I love him. He, I don't think any of my team, I don't think any of my, people in my group are here. He's currently possessed. So in my campaign, because yeah, he's in my campaign, my current campaign, he got possessed because he killed someone, not someone, I think a kobold or something, I don't know, he killed something, and that one was holding like a satchel of something that was like tied to a ghost or whatever, so I got possessed. None of my teammates, like none of my members know, they're not aware. I don't think they're ever gonna be aware. Just, who knows?
Unless they're watching this stream
I don't think they are. I don't think they are, so they'll never know. And like I've been me and my DM have been knowing about this for like the past like 6 months, or probably more than that, and it's just, no one's addressed it. No one knows because my DM tries to slide in like, oh yeah, like he's playing a bit weirdly today or whatever, and like no one's picked up on the fact that he's just like actually possessed. So who knows?
This is gonna be a great TPK when you kill them all in their sleep.
I'm just like, we'll never know. But yeah, this is my most current character. He is, after my many years of learning how to make character. I love him. I think he's fun to play. Yeah. All right, is this one? Oh, this is my second to most recent character. He's a cleric.
Oh,
yeah.
He looks like a sad boy.
He is a sad boy. He's an awkward sad boy, and I loved him a lot, actually. I think he was fun. He was, yeah, I always like latch onto one singular color, and then I just do that one color for my characters, which is why he was all very red, this one's very blue. I just do like, if you can't tell, I'm very monochromatic as a person when it comes to putting things together for characters.
What? No, never. I don't know what gave that away, Pink Money.
Listen, I like a color, I latch onto it, and everything's that one color forever. Yeah, I think he was a tiefling. I believe he's my tiefling. I think so. Yeah.
I very much dig the horns being a halo design.
Yeah, because he's a cleric. Yeah, cool, and I like him being a tiefling because they're like associated with hell and like, you know, negativity in that sense. So it was a fun like little like dichotomy or juxtaposition. Contrast?
I want to steal this idea so badly.
Hey, you can.
As a thing. Oh
you
my
can.
Gosh.
Go for it. I don't think I was the only person who's ever come up with the Halo 4 horns for a cleric, so...
I assume not, but also, like, this is the first I've ever seen it on, like, a tiefling. Like, most of the time it's like, oh, it's the devil. Like, this is cool.
Thank you. Aw, that makes me feel good. Aw. I'm all warm and fuzzy. Such from a D&D aficionado like yourself. That makes me feel good. Yeah.
I don't have a lot of art of most of my characters. I do have art of one of my campaign's characters, and it's really cool. I'll show you after stream.
Yeah. I'd love to see. I love D&D art. I love it. Yeah. What do you think of him? What are your thoughts on my boy? My sad boy?
This is gonna be, I think I'm gonna pass because I just want to wrap him in a blanket and hug him and tell him it's gonna be okay.
You know, that's okay. That's okay, because he is kind of like, he's not divorced dad, but he gives divorced dad energy. Like, he gives sad older gentleman energy.
This looks like it's gonna be a smash. We're gonna go upstairs, and then it's gonna be like, I'm gonna like we're gonna be halfway to getting to that. It's gonna be like, okay, what's going on, bud? You look a little sad. Like, let's
just
talk
like a real
about
emotional
it.
talk.
It's like I'm down to just my shorts. It's like, okay, let's talk. What's going on?
Yeah, that's honestly very, very fair. I would, yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, he's my sad boy. I love him though. He's very cute.
It's a great design.
Thank you. Oh, yay. Okay, this is my bard. Here's my girl.
Oh, she's so cute.
Oh, here's my girl. Yeah. Her name was Anane, I believe. She was basically she was my desire to have an idol in a D&D environment.
Hatsune Miku.
I just wanted an idol, and so yeah, her little lute's like a shape of a flower. I think I had like one more art piece of her that's like with a bit more real, but yeah.
I realize I should have asked this as someone who has played a character that is like 10 years old.
Oh no, they're all adults. Yeah? They're all adults. Yeah.
Okay.
They're all adults.
I have played a 10-year-old kid before, so.
Really? That seems difficult to do.
It was very difficult to do. I gave them like 6 intelligence and 6 wisdom, but like incredibly high charisma because like it's a kid. They're gonna be friendly.
Yeah.
They were a rogue and they were a thief. All I did was pickpocket.
Oh wow. Here's more of a drawing of her. This is like my old art. This is like my. How old is this?
She's so sad now. What happened?
She's she's like one of those idols in my brain. She was an idol that like was one very easy to fluster. She like thought a lot of people were attractive. Basically, 90% of my campaign was me asking my DM like, "Hey, is that person attractive?" Because if they were, she'd get really nervous almost immediately.
I have my answer already then.
So she was like very charismatic as like a performer, but she was really, really hard like talk like any like intimidation or interaction, like trying to be charismatic, she was awful at because she like the moment that they were attractive, she could not interact with them whatsoever. She had the hardest time trying to talk to anyone that was mildly more attractive than like an average person.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, this is like how old is
100%.
I need to see how old this is. I'm actually kind of curious.
I love me a good fluster.
Yeah, she was cute. I only played like 1 or 2. Like I think like I did like a what's the word? A one shot with her or something. When was this made? Sorry, I'm like very curious. I know this is like not what we're talking, but I'm just like kind of like when did I draw this? It's been like forever. This is like my old art. Oh, 2019. This is in 2019. This is when I drew her. Yeah.
Oh god, that's
real old. Real old art. Okay, and then so that was her. Where's my drawing?
So cute.
She's very
cute expression.
I'd love to work on her a bit more. I think at some point just to design her. I think she'd be fun to draw. Like with my current skills as an artist now, who knows how to make clothes look real and look more like real clothes. I'd love to give her an outfit revamp because it's a little bit boring. I feel like for an idol character, she could be a little bit more, pizzazzy, a little more fun. This is the first time also I drew it, like, this is my first tiefling ever, and also the first time I've ever, like, had a character with more than, like, one color scheme, because she had, like, there's actual colors on her outfit, so...
It looks good.
Thank you. This is my first boy, my poor baby.
Oh
my poor
my God.
warlock who couldn't cast a single spell to save his life.
Oh my, you could have told me this was a rogue and I would have told you entirely their backstory of like, I was orphaned at the age of 3. Like, good God, this guy's an edgelord.
Yep, he was super edgy. His thing, you will see that I love to make my characters awkward because I'm awkward. So, and they always have like a different reason for it. He grew up privileged as all hell and does not know how to be nice. He can only be mean. And it's not because he actually wants to be mean, he just didn't learn how to be a nice person. Like, he just didn't know how to be a nice guy. So he, in an attempt to be like a personal person, he tries to like ask questions that they end up being like really intimidating and pointed and mean instead of being like a genuine like, hey, like, what's going on type of thing. And then also, because he's been pampered, he can't cast spells because everyone's like, oh, you're so good at this, like, you're perfect. And then he just, that's like the in-game reason for why I couldn't like cast spells, because like I had horrible stats. It's just because he doesn't know, he just was pampered, he didn't understand. So
I am the perfect child, I can do no wrong.
Yep, pretty much.
To cast mage hand. Yes, my liege, of course.
Pretty
You're
much.
Wonderful. You're a prodigy.
He couldn't do anything at all. I loved him, but God, poor boy.
I love that you have made an edgelord tsundere.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say Smash for the sheer purpose, and I'm gonna be. This man squeaks. This dude will 100% like fluster squeak noise, and I'm down for this.
I think the moment that you actually question his like authority / like confidence in something, he probably would break. Yeah, 100%.
This is giving like puppy boy energy who doesn't want to admit he's a puppy boy.
Yeah. That's probably honestly very good. A good estimate on him. I think he's just like also like the type like when he like messes up a spell, he gets really embarrassed but tries to like play it off like no, like I meant to do that. Like I was on purpose. Actually, I meant to hit the wall and not the person.
It was deflecting fire. Yeah.
Yeah. That's his energy where it's like every time I like because I used to sketch a lot because this is like in person like session, so I used to sketch a bunch while we were playing, and I would always like doodle him in like his like really bad casting situations where he just like would flub and be like, God damn it, and it was so
good.
silly. Yeah, I loved him. He was my first character ever, and I definitely learned a lot with him. I think he was like a shadow elf or whatever it was, something like that. Like. I don't remember. Shadow something. Definitely that, but yeah. That was him. He was my warlock that I tried really hard to understand how to play, and it did not go well.
It's a good character design.
Thank you. Yeah. This is like my first time trying to figure out like how D&D characters are like designed and made. I was like, they have things on them. They have lots of things in pockets, and they got like, stuff on them.
I love when I've seen some art of people drawing realistic D&D characters, and dear God, they're like 90% backpack, I swear. And I love it.
They kind of are. Ooh, this is like really old art. I'm gonna still save it because it makes me embarrassed, but I'll show it. But it's embarrassing. This one's old. Yeah. It's weird looking back at my art right now. This is like an impromptu thing that I didn't think about. Like I'm like, oh, I have to like come face to face with my art actually. Yeah, there he is.
Oh,
you can't see me, but
I love when people draw their characters with their inventory. It's so cool.
This is the first time I've ever done it. I don't think I'll ever do it again. It's so much work to think about everything that goes into a character's backpack. Maybe one day I'll do it again. I don't know.
I would so be if I knew it wouldn't cost me hundreds of dollars, I would entirely go do this with my party right now because the amount of shit they have is incredible.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Shadow Elf Warlock. It's fun though. I think it's cool to. We're gonna hide him. I think it's cool to. Where did you get that? My art? I think I would probably prefer. Oh, that's very cute. Hi. I would like to do it again with all the items. But it's tough. It's very tough. It's because, like, there's so many things, and then you want to make them personalized because, like, your character's, like, your character. You want to make it all, like, unique and stuff, so you gotta think more. But it's fun. Maybe one day again.
There's a lot of stuff that goes into these.
Especially the higher level you get, the more it is, like, just 1 million items.
Some of my players have items that I'm alarmed they still have this long, and I know for a fact it's gonna be the finale, the epilogue, the goodbye, and then one player's gonna pull out the item and it's gonna be like, ta-da! They have do you know what the Deck of Many Things is?
I do. I was recently actually told about, not recently, but a couple months ago, I was made aware of the concept of it. I think I vaguely knew about it before, but I didn't know the exact intricacies of it.
It's so terrifying, and my party has 2 of them right now.
Oh, wow. Have they not used them yet?
No, they're just holding it onto it, and it scares me.
Oh, just for the right moment, they're gonna use it?
Tell her about how my notes start. I'm trying to remember how Oh, I think Phoenix and another character joined my campaign halfway through from a campaign that I ended. There was it wasn't working out schedule-wise and a number of other reasons, so I took a few of them from that game and put them in this one. They joined my campaign via them losing a game of war being played with a Deck of Many Things.
Oh.
I have a homebrew rule where I have rules for how to play war with a Deck of Many Things.
Oh, wow.
It is chaotic.
I can only imagine. It sounds like it'd be chaotic. Goodness. Yeah, Man, I'm actually pretty bad with inventory in D&D. I'm gonna tell you a secret that my DM doesn't know. I don't have anything in my equipment. I don't know I don't know how much money I have. I don't know what I have right now on me. What? I have no clue. I have no clue. He tells me like, oh, you have this much gold added. And I'm like, uh-huh. And I just make notes of how much more gold I have. I don't know how much I actually start with. I don't even know what my equipment is. I have no clue. I don't know.
What? It's gonna be a smash. I'm imagining like an anime, a smash cut to like, it's like the narrator, and now let's check on Sky's inventory, and it cuts to Sky in like underwear, and that's it. The character has nothing.
I don't know what he has on him at all. My poor Fire Genasi. I have no clue what he has.
Guy. He clearly supposed to have a sword and armor. Where's his clothes, Sky?
I know he has, for sure, he has his great club and he has his longsword, and that's I know he has that. And he has, I think, light or no armor because he, for his frenzy and for the he gets like the extra, I believe, constitution if you don't wear armor or something for that, like for barbarians. Whatever it is.
Plus con for unarmored defense for barbarian.
Thank you. This is so fun that you know these things. I can just say them and be like, yeah, I know what that is. That's so it's so useful. This is awesome.
I know an alarming amount of things about
I wish I had you everywhere I went when I talk
subclasses.
about D&D because I don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about D&D. It'd be so useful if you were there. Like, yeah, actually, it's like a fact check for me just when I speak.
It'd
be so useful.
It's embarrassing. It's one of those things of like going to trivia night and you get every answer right and all your friends look at you and it's like, why do you know that? I'm like, I don't know.
No, that'd be so cool though. I wish I was like that with D&D. It'd be so cool if I knew things. I love that. I love when I know things. I don't know anything right now.
Welcome to 10 years of DMing. It haunts you. It keeps you up at night. I
That's
dream of
true.
D&D.
I mean, hey, at least I'm sure they're fun and creative dreams. Surely.
It's great until my dream is me fist fighting my own final boss going, why did I do this?
I mean, I guess, it gives you ideas for the fight in the future.
Sky, there's nothing left to plan. I cannot stress this enough.
Dang, you're done.
No, we're at the point of the game. It's ending. I know the final boss. I know where they're gonna fight it. I know what its stats are.
So it just haunts you. So it just forever haunts you now.
Yeah, until they beat it, there's nothing left to plan. I'm done.
Wow.
I've done my homework. I'm waiting for the peer review of my graduate thesis.
Review?
I mean, that's what it is. It's a peer review of a graduate thesis.
That's fair. Is it kind of nice not having to plan things every week? I mean, every other week then? Like, you don't have to like really think too much?
No, because I have the second game I run, and then I'm thinking about the future campaign. I don't know how to relax.
Hey man, I relate emotionally so hard. Don't worry, I get it. I get it.
Every day you turn on, I have a new art idea. It's looking at the 7 folders that are labeled work in progress.
Yes.
Please save us and our misery.
100% yes. Okay, I think I have my last guy, right? What is this one? Oh no, I have 2 of them. Okay, 2 of them. Here is my artificer. There he is.
Who hurt you, baby? Who hurt you?
A lot. In my brain, he was tested on as a child, which is how he got the defense mechanism of having the 2 personalities. Was that he was tested on for medical and like pharmaceutical and like, under the table type of like potions and alchemy and stuff like that. So he got tested on as a kid, and that's how he has that. Like he has like the one would protect him from that experience. So. Yeah.
Okay.
There he is.
This does read immediately Artificer, which I love.
Yeah, I think I got better with like that. As I continued to like make characters, I got more like, okay, this is how you make a character read a certain way.
Yeah, which is really great, especially because Artificers are always so cool with like accessories with like vials and potions and gizmos, gadgets galore. I love it. This is a good design for an Artificer.
Thank you. Yeah. It was also like I liked because like I have to think about like, him being a pharmacist as well, so like it makes sense for him to carry these on him because he's helping people out, he's doing whatever he has to do. So it was fun to like think about. That's like the one thing that I love about D&D is that like I guess like any character creation is that like when you think about like their actual like why they do certain things or like what would make them like they do this so they'll need this on them or they'll do this because they need this with them and like whatever. So it's fun to like think about like translating like their personality traits into physicality of like actual stuff. Or like life experience into actual stuff, like he carries this because it's important to like whatever he's doing or whatever. So it's like nice to think about that type of thing that I actually really enjoy. I made a keychain of him. I have like I made a physical keychain of him. Like I used to sell merchandise before and I made a little keychain as like a freebie for myself. I just made myself a character.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. His name is Chiroku, I believe, which is a play on the word of poison in Japanese, but I changed a few letters around. I care a lot about my characters' names, like tremendously so. So Alistair's name, I believe, means darkness and despair. Anane, I believe, was something like bright and light and like positive energy. Who else did I show you? I forgot his name. Uh-oh. Yee.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oopsies. I forgot my cleric's name. It's been so long since I've even thought about him. Oh well. He has a name that definitely meant something. For sure.
Oh, God. I wish I could say that I have the same level of depth for naming things.
Really?
I really don't.
Oh, I love doing that.
Names.
I love looking into a name.
When I make a character to play, I'll think of like a name I think sounds cool based off of like my character's race and like kind
that's
of
fair.
role in life.
I mean, that makes sense, yeah.
As a DM, man, I cannot think of creative stuff in like for every single thing. The random name generator is my best friend.
I mean, I think as a DM, it's harder to like come up with unique names every single NPC that you have to create. So I think that's reasonable. When you have a character, it's a bit more special because it's like your character you're gonna play as and whatever. Yeah.
I think
there's a ranger class, but I don't have one.
And everything have like, especially my old gods have important names for me, I have a lot more fun with making titles for my NPCs, because like when I make a god, it's like, okay, cool, here's their name and like a bunch of titles that they've supposedly earned, been given, maybe given themselves, but like just like, oh, that's Bob from down the street.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I think it's very much depending also on how like important they are, I would say, to your like story and world. Like, it's like the more important they are, I'm sure you think a little bit more, but like, for all the characters that you don't like have to worry about, I think it's reasonable to not like care that much. And also, I'm just like nitpicky on names. I like to be like really, in my brain with like the artist / like I used to write, like poetry and creative writing back in the day. I'm very much like super, I think a lot about intention and like those small details. So like I like to be very nitpicky on my names, and they have to mean something. They have to have like a connection, and like sometimes I try to make it like play into like whatever like background or race they are, but it's harder in that case because D&D doesn't have like, it's hard to relate like Earth names to D&D races. Like I'm like, I don't know, person, thing, creature.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. My players had a villain at one point in their game, and they were so thrown off by his name that they had to like spend like good 2 minutes laughing because they're like, what the hell? The like for the major story beat of like a huge portion of the game, their villain that they were chasing was named Tom.
Hey man.
Unfortunately, they didn't until they saw the figure realize that it's spelled Tom Tahm. And yes, I did base him off of Tom Kench, my baby.
League of Legends.
Look, the number one thing I can tell any DM who wants to learn how to do homebrew, steal from what you know. That's the number one advice I got
fair.
from DMs who do this professionally. Borrow from what you know. If you like an idea, take it. If you like a name, take it. You'll find a way to make it yours, but like if there's something that inspires you, be inspired. Yeah, I mean,
literally, my character, my barbarian was based off one of the Dimension 20 character that I liked the concept of a lot. That I just kind of was like, I want to do that, but different. So
take what you like.
Make it your own when you're doing it, but like it's reasonable to be inspired by things, and I feel like find interest in something and be like, yeah, that's a cool idea. I want that. So yeah. It is hard to make names. I understand, though. Sometimes it is tough. Sometimes it's very tough.
Very challenging.
All right, we have my last guy and my favorite guy, my last and favorite boy. Oh, I love him. Aww.
Oh, he looks happy.
He was my paladin, my wonderful little guy, my special guy, my special boy.
Earth Ganassi?
No, he was a Eladrin elf.
Eladrin.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. There's so many different forms of the Eladrin elf I can never remember.
Yeah, that's fair.
Spring, summer, winter, or spring, summer, autumn, and winter.
Yeah, the 4 seasons for him. He was a spring one, and I believe his oath was the Oath of Ancients. I believe that's what it was.
That's a good oath. That's a very strong oath.
He was very attached to children, animals, and plants. Hated people. Hated like adults. He just hated them because he was like in his brain they're like all corrupt somehow. But like, you know, little like children were like pure and like animals were pure and like, you know, plants are important. So he hated people. He hated his. And to be fair, this was a great campaign to hate everyone in my team in my campaign because all of them are awful. So this is a good one for him to not like any of the people in our group.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was great though. He was so much fun and I loved him so much. And he was like here's a very big piece of him that I did that I loved. I should redraw this one day. This is like, again, old. All of these are very old art now at this point. This is from like 1 million. This is from 2020. So it's been about, what, 6 years? Something like that. I didn't like realizing that. I did not like realizing it's been 6 years since 2020.
I can feel my bones turn to dust inside my body.
I hate that. Yeah, he was like great. I loved him. I loved playing him. He was so much fun. I should redraw him. He was so fun. And with my knowledge of knowing how to draw people and muscles, I think it'd be more fun to draw him again. I'm
noticing out of the 5 characters you showed me, 4 of them have been guys.
I love playing guy characters because I love drawing men. So
you know what? That's a valid reason.
I love drawing men.
That is a very valid reason for that argument.
It's
Disregard
really
any previous question.
It's really the only, like, it's truly, like, in video games and anything, the more I can see a guy, the happier I am.
I need that on a t-shirt. The more I see men, the happier I get.
I don't know why, like, I rarely will play a girl character unless I can make them look like myself 100%. I tend to not play girl characters because it's just like...
Wait, you're telling me you're a blue tiefling in real life? Oh my god.
Yeah, I am. I don't know what it is. I like to draw guys. I love drawing men, and so every time I get the chance to, I'll draw a guy.
I have a friend who's very similar. She also is like, I prefer to draw men. I don't know what it is. I'm like, that's fair. More power to you.
I need a variation of that on a shirt. Yeah, the other characters are nice. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I love drawing guys, and it's I don't know. I've always been like that. I love, like, it's just more fun to design men characters, and I don't know. I draw girls all the time. I draw myself all the time, so I do draw girls. But for me, if I'm like, this is gonna sound so funny. When I think of making someone hot, I think of drawing a guy. So I'm like, and I like making my D&D characters attractive. So I kind of default to drawing men because I'm like, that's hot. And so I want to draw a guy. And then so it just happens. I mean, I love girls and you know, but a lot of times, also, I don't know. I do have like one more. I have a Pathfinder character actually because I'm gonna be in a campaign for that soon. Where'd I put it? I have it somewhere here. Hold on. She is. Oh god, what is her class? Oh shoot, I forgot. Oh well, it's something. It is something. Okay, this will be the last character for a TTRPG that I have. This is my most recent art, so you can see how I draw currently as opposed to my older drawings. Here she is.
Oh my goodness.
There's my girl.
That is, wow. That is a lot of edge.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Can you tell if there's a theme with some of my characters where they're either just really edgy or kind of cutesy?
Are you sure you didn't give them all trauma? Dang.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they all have some sort of trauma because I draw them with something that kind of makes them like look different and unique. I think I do the I'm in the minority when it comes to main characters. I will design a character first, and then I get their personality and their class and everything after. So I draw up a character, and I think that's also why I draw men. I mean, why I have a lot of men characters, because like when I doodle, I subconsciously doodle guys most of the time. I doodle like, you know, more masculine characters almost like 90% of the time. So when I'm just doodling like a character idea, I'll doodle whatever, I'll add whatever, and then I'll think of their class, their race, their background afterwards, and their name afterwards. So I'm definitely in the minority. I know most people prefer. It's easier for me because I can't see stuff in my head. So once I can get things out on paper, it's easier for me to like kind of craft a world and a person and concept behind them afterwards. Yeah.
I like this character design.
She's a fetchling. I think that's what they are. It's like shadowy people-y type vibe. So which is why she's very edgy. And then I think she's I won't say it right. It's like,
oh, the shadow plane people.
Hold on. Let me look it up how to spell this because I don't actually know how to spell it. How do you spell it? No, hold on. Hold on. Madge. Yeah. Oh, hold on. How do you spell this? Pathfinder. I know things. I actually have to look at this again and think about her spells because I'm supposed to be level 10 for a one shot and I don't know any of her spells right now and I need to do that. So I do have to look into that at some point because I need to know my spells and things.
I love the notion of cutting over to Sky's character sheet and everything is blank except the name in the picture.
Thank you, my love. Yes, Magus. That one. Yeah. So she's edgy. My edgy girl. I love her. I think she'll be fun as a concept.
Oh, Magus is cool.
Yeah. So that's my most recent character. So she's like, I have 2 girls now in my book. I have 2 girls.
we're a third. We're at 33%, folks.
Yeah, one day I'll draw more girl characters for my D&D stuff. But I like drawing guys. I just love men. I don't know.
Go with what you like. If we're following that logic, apparently what I like is just divorced dad vibes.
Yeah, apparently you do.
I'm looking through my character list of like my favorite things to do. Wait, no. Oh no, I'm actually remembering every character I've played and I realized what the actual archetype is.
Tell me, you have to. You mentioned it, you have to.
It's just himbo.
You know, hey, that's solid. We love himbos.
I had a character in a game that I played. He was I entirely forgot him until I looked at and found his character sheet. His name was Ronaldo Richardson.
Oh.
He was a good Southern boy down from the countryside, and he was a farmer, and he was a storm barbarian. And the funny thing is, he doesn't quite realize that magic is real.
Oh, that's really so silly!
He thought everything in the world was just fantasy from the books he read because he never left his farm. He doesn't realize that any of it's real.
Oh, that's so silly.
He goes to the real world, and one of the first interactions I had with him was we found werewolves, and they're talking about lycanthropy. And out of left field, I wasn't in the conversation, but like my character was there. I just was like, lycanthropy, ain't that the shit that grows on trees and rocks?
Oh no, he's stupid.
And everyone turned and stopped and looked at me, and I was like, yeah, lichen, that's what grows on trees and rocks.
I love idiots.
Why is the study of lichen called lycanthropy? That's not how phonetics works.
Oh, I thought that he knows phonetics. He knows.
The best part was anytime one of my players looked over at him, all of his understanding of the world about magical creatures and fantasy was from bad romance novels.
Oh, poor baby.
He was reading like werewolf smut in the carriage, and everyone's like, how do you not know werewolves are real? It's from a book about like intercourse. Why would that be real? He was such a dumbass, and I love himbos.
I love himbos.
Himbos are great.
This guy, his name is Kuo, and I believe it's something to do with plants. He was like bordering on himbo, not fully, but bordering on himbo, where he was like kind of stupid, but like not in an endearing way. Sometimes he was kind of a jerk a little bit, but I do love a good himbo. I love a good himbo.
I think I just also love giving characters like negative stats and things because to me it leads to some great roleplay of like, oh, this dude's got like 8 intelligence.
I love that too.
Things work.
I love bad stats sometimes. I think they're very useful for characters, and I love, like, honestly, with my first guy, him having such a bad stat in charisma was what made him the way he was. Like, I made him, like, his character grew and evolved in my brain because he had a bad stat and he couldn't cast anything, he couldn't do anything. I'm like, okay, why would that be the case? Like, what is the reasoning behind that? Like, why is he like that? I think it's fun, and also, like, if you're, getting your stats and, like, your whatever, it's, like, it's more realistic and more fun to, like, have a character that is, like, not good at everything they're supposed to be good at or whatever. Like, it's cool to have, like, I'm gonna say handicaps, not the right word. It's cool to have, like bad stats, because it's just, you do more fun stuff with it. You have to think a bit more. I think it's very cool. Yeah. Okay, well, we are at 3 hours now. So we are done. Yeah, we yapped.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I yap a lot.
No, it's supposed to be 3 hours. You're good. We fill the time perfectly. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. It was very fun. Did you have a good time?
Thank you for having me. Yes,
you enjoy yapping?
I can talk about D&D forever.
I appreciate you wanting to also be willing to hang out with me and like have me just interrogate you for 3 hours about D&D.
this is one of many topics I can talk this long about.
I appreciate it. Thank you. It was nice to be able to like actually sit down and chat with you for something like this because I don't know, we hadn't like ever been able to like collab like directly, and then like I know like I've been talking like, oh, I want to learn D&D stuff from you like for a while. We've like talked about it for like months, and I just have never been able like, oh yeah, let's talk about D&D. But I appreciate you having taken your time to hang out with me and you know, chat and stuff.
Yeah, happy to do so. I love talking to anybody who will listen to I love talking to anybody who will listen about D&D.
Yeah. I'm happy to always listen about D&D. I love D&D. I wish I was better at it, but I love it nonetheless, and I think it's so much fun to play, and I think, you know...
You're playing for 7 years. I think you're pretty good at it after this point.
I know a decent amount of stuff about D&D. I think I'm really good at... my role in any campaign is to be the one that focuses on the plot. So I love being able to drive my friends, because my friends are dilly-dalliers, and so they don't ever like pay attention to what, you know, is important and into the plot. So that's my role, and I know I know what I'm supposed to do, where I'm like, I take note of what like our main, you know, focus is, and like in character ways I'll find ways to like, you know, recenter our group to being like focusing on what the main thing is. So that's my role, and I know I do that well. I do that well out of anyone else in my group, so
God bless the plot followers. You are God's favorite children.
My DM has told me many a time that he appreciates that I'm like the one that is like, okay, we're gonna focus on what we have to do for this session, guys. Let's look at that. I try my best to always keep it in character because I don't want to be like out of character doing that type of stuff. So I try my best to be like, okay, why would my character be focusing on this now, and like what is the reasoning for that? So I try my best to gear things in the right direction by being in character for it. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, again, appreciate you. If we wanna, you wanna say anything, like, are you gonna be streaming anytime this week or next week, or anything that's going on for you that you wanna promote or talk about really quickly?
I'm hoping to start streaming again shortly. I've been having a lot of work stress that has caused me to take a break from streaming again, as is always the case. So hopefully gonna start streaming again soon. Outside of that, I don't think I've got much else to promote other than telling a bunch of friends lately happy birthday.
Yeah. Yeah. Birthday?
Not mine.
Birthday?
I'm just going around telling people's happy birthday to them.
Oh, so true. Okay, well, I appreciate you. I'm gonna close out stream. Actually, I'll just close out with you hanging out, I guess. I don't really know what else to do. I forgot how to do it last time when I had such ghosts on here. So now I no longer remember what I'm supposed to do to say goodbye in this specific situation for this stream. Anyways, I appreciate everyone. And I appreciate you, Zeus. Thank you. Yeah. Do you have anyone you want to raid at least? That'll be helpful. Yeah. Do you have anyone you want to raid?
Oh, I am trying to think if I know anybody who's doing D&D stuff right now.
Could be anything. Just anyone that you want to raid into as well. It's fine either way.
Oh no, I do. I have a friend who's they're streaming their Pathfinder game right now. Fun. Actually.
Okay. Give me a name. Give me a name.
I will DM it to you because do you just want the name or the whole link?
Yeah. The name is fine. I'll just put them into the raid thingy. Appreciate you.
Yeah, this is
Gotcha.
My friend has been in a Pathfinder game for a little bit, and they're a very fun group.
Great. All right, cool. All right, so as per Zeus's recommendation, we'll be raiding into TVT Live. They're doing a Pathfinder with a handful of people. Thank you for recommending them. Everyone enjoy some fun game. I'll see you guys tomorrow I'm playing Peak. So that'll be fun with Tony, who's only speaking Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Yeah, so if you want to hang out with me, I'll be doing that tomorrow. At 8 p.m. EST as per usual until 11 o'clock as usual. Okay, I'll send you guys into the ending screen. All right, bye. Thank you for spending time with me. I'm sorry for not reading chat, but we can talk about stuff tomorrow. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Bye. You want to say bye, Zeus?
Bye.
Bye.